this computer. All right, we got people in the waiting room. Go bring them in. Let's meet Josh Boyer first. Josh, you there? Your video's off.
Oh.
Where's my
Here.
ask to start video? Ba-ba-bum.
Oh.
We got Joshua. All right. Should I just start bringing him in, Kev?
Bring him out. Bring him out.
I got Kennedy Porter coming in.
Josh, what's up, buddy?
What's happening, buddy? Long time no see.
I know.
Oh, let me. Savannah's here. Let me let her in first. Da-da-da-da. Savannah.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Look great.
Thank you. It's been forever. I think I was like 14 last time I saw you.
So I don't know if your dad told you, or I don't know if you. So last time I saw you was right brunette hair, and I was on the phone with Tom, the author of the book, when I told him which part you were going to play, and I hadn't seen any of your headshots, and we looked at IMDb at the same time, and I saw the blonde. I was like, oh my god!
I know.
So, all right, let me start bringing them in.
We're all in the same room?
How are you bringing them in? I'm going to bring in Armando. Armando, hello.
Hello.
How
How
are
are you?
I'm well.
Good.
He needs to come on this one.
So I guess we're on two different meetings. So we're trying to figure out. Your hair looks amazing, by the way.
You didn't close,
Oh, thanks.
close this meeting and start it again. Because remember I closed it.
Here.
Am I in the wrong meeting?
No, they're in the wrong meeting. But we're gonna end this and then jump onto theirs. We started
All
a new
right.
one, I think.
Letting
So.
in Evan Anthony.
So I'm not sure how is she gonna get.
And you guys both just have to close out and then go.
Yeah. Because it happened to me too. I just close mine out and go back on the email and click on it again.
Okay. So, see you on the other meeting then?
Evan's here. Letting in Buddy.
These ceiling lights.
Buddy.
Hello.
Hi. What do we have here? Hey, buddy.
Hey, I'm the cop. How you doing?
Hey, Savannah. I'm Kevin. Nice to meet you.
Ah, Kevin. Hi.
So what time is it over there, Savannah?
It's 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock, eh?
You might run 3 hours, so you might.
It's okay. It's fine.
Okay, great.
All right, let's get crazy. What am I doing?
Evan, what's up, man?
What up? What up?
What time is it over there in the ATL?
9 o'clock. Well, I'm in New Orleans still.
New Orleans. Right. How do you say it? How you say it? New Orleans, right?
New Orleans. No. I got family in New Orleans. My Uncle Sonny. Good old Uncle Sonny. The bad man.
Yeah. Live on the swamps.
Bayou through and through. Yeah.
Oh man. We got Kennedy jumping on. Hi Armando, how are you, man?
I'm good, thank you.
I'm glad you still have the long hair.
Yeah,
Long and strong, baby.
Hello.
I get comments on it.
Yeah, I'm telling everybody not to cut their hair, but I didn't get a chance to tell you that. So just keep it long for us until we shoot, yeah?
You got it.
Hey Kennedy, how are you, man?
Pretty good. How are you?
Oh, great. So anxious to get this started, man.
Me too.
So anxious, brother. So how's the lighting? Am I still dark? I was a silhouette a few minutes ago, but I think we fixed that. Now I'm going for Casper.
I'm going for some dramatic. Your laptop's a great film. All right, letting in Kyle.
Folks, no.
Kyle and Camille. Dun-ka-dun-ka-ding.
They're all trickling in. All right, so who's courageous enough to print the script?
Who printed the script?
All 90 pages.
90
Who read?
I need to get you something, Savannah, and whoever else printed it, because that's commitment right there. Hi, Camille.
Hey, how's it going?
It's great. How are you?
Good. Can't complain. Hanging in there.
Lyndon Liu. Liu. There he
We're
is.
about halfway there. A big cast. Hey, Lyndon.
Hey,
How's it going, man?
pretty good. How you guys doing?
Fantastic, man. We're just
Awesome.
getting great news every day. As we get closer, we're getting more and more great news from the locations, the crew,
Awesome.
the equipment.
That's dope.
Really coming together, you know. So hopefully,
Yeah.
everybody stays healthy, and we just ride this thing out, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Great script, by the way, guys.
Are
Really
you
awesome
doing
stuff.
COVID testing? Are you doing COVID testing or thermometer?
Yeah, we have a COVID specialist. Everybody's going to get tested. We're going to have a temperature gauge. We're separating the craft services, masks, social distancing. We're trying to follow all the guidelines.
We're operating on. Yeah, we're hitting all the requirements for all the 4 different film offices that I'm working with in Ventura County, different cities up there, and we're across all the boxes. Got our COVID compliance officer trained, set to go. Doing temperature checks on everybody when they arrive, on sets. Common sense is a big one I'm going to lean in on. You know what I mean? I trust all of you. I trust the people, we're all coming together for one creative purpose. And on top of that, I plan on live streaming the majority of the filming on my YouTube channel and Instagram and everything. So we're going to have eyes on you. So if your guards, I'm putting ourselves out there because I'm very passionate about educating, a next generation of filmmakers up and coming. And so we're going to do it right. And we're going to show the world exactly how to do it. And while we're doing it, and, I have confidence in all of us, we'll get through it. So, all right, let's let in William Bellamy. I got Tom written right there. Let's wait Molly as well.
Sorry if y'all heard me singing.
Was that what that was? I thought that was.
Wait, can I hear? Hold on. Hello.
Oh, hey, William. How are you?
Oh yeah, I'm on my brother's computer.
Good to see you, Kat.
What's up?
I was like, William
Who's
Bellamy?
William?
Yeah. I don't know.
My real name is William.
Dude, does he get Bill Bellamy all the time?
No.
Do you not know who Bill Bellamy is?
I do know who Bill Bellamy is. Everybody's like, are you related to Bill Bellamy? I know.
You gotta say you're dating yourself, Kevin.
How to be a player? I know. That just shows my age.
What's up, Kevin?
All right, so Kat, where are you calling in from? Louisiana, right?
Louisiana, the Bayou.
Dude, lots of Cajun folk.
Baton Rouge? How do you pronounce Baton Rouge?
Gators. No, Lafayette.
Lafayette.
Lafayette. Where's everybody else?
California.
Everybody?
Allie.
I'll be there soon. I'm just visiting home right now.
How long would you like to wait?
So did you guys have like a Cajun turkey for Thanksgiving?
No.
No?
I actually made spaghetti for everyone. I know that's not very Thanksgiving, but to be honest, that's what we did.
Well, what kind of sides do you have with spaghetti? You can't have mashed potatoes or stuffing.
Green bean casserole.
Nice.
So this year was a really laid back Thanksgiving because we couldn't get all the family together.
Unfortunate.
I know.
Very unfortunate.
Give it a few more minutes. Let anybody else. We're still waiting on. We got 12 people in the room, so we're not bad.
Yeah, what do we have? 12 cast members, so
Cool,
maybe
Prince.
2 more, which is Max and And,
Oh, Josh
yeah,
is too, right? Max and Matt.
Matt. Right.
Hey, Kevin,
Yes,
did you talk to Al?
I did. He sold us, man. Can't wait to work with the guy. Actually, unfortunately, he can't be there on set. He's just gonna bring his top guys with the cop cars, official uniforms, guns, and yeah. He said the ambulance won't be ready in time, so we have to
Oh,
head out somewhere else.
okay.
But man, hey, have you seen his latest work with YG and Billie Eilish?
No, I haven't, but I know he works a lot. We go back quite a while. We've done quite a lot of jobs, but I haven't seen his work lately. No.
Hey, did I tell you about by the way, if anybody, when you guys get on set, if I ask you to repeat something, it's probably because you're talking to this ear. I got in an accident when I was like 12 on my bike down the hill. And so my hearing's a little bad. And the doctors say I'm just like fortunate to be able to hear anything out of that side. So if I apologize in advance for that.
Okay.
So we're waiting on Carter,
Stupid bar tricks.
Jonathan, Kyle. So a few more people. Okay. And
A couple more
Oh, that's
minutes.
not my thing.
You saw that? Lynette on TikTok.
Me too.
Wait, what I think?
This one right here.
Put your finger in front of your eyeball and look at your finger and take it off. You can fix.
Wait, why?
Isn't that weird?
What does it do?
Watch this. You ready? Watch this.
Put it
Yeah.
right here, and you take your finger and you take away your eye. One eye stares straight. And one
Okay.
Try it. There you go.
Did it work? First try.
Oh man.
I think I can do that without my finger.
You want to get going?
Let's see. Tell me.
what about Tom?
Yeah.
Oh shit, she can.
No?
Yeah, she did it.
Wait, did she?
Come on.
Yeah.
I got all
She crossed
kinds
it
of
and then
weird-
she did it.
Yeah, okay. Cross and
Watch,
then...
watch. See?
All
Wait,
right.
no,
I'm gonna
wait, kind
mute
of.
everybody real quick for 1 second to cut everybody off. Hey, real quick, you guys, I want to introduce our special guest who's going to be reading the narration part of the script, right? Narrating it.
That's right. Yeah. The action, narration.
Let's let him in.
Drum roll, please.
This, everybody, is Mr. Tom Levine. He is the author of the book Party, of which we adapted. We are making his movie, his film. So Tom Levine, everybody.
Yay.
There we go. Thank you.
Yes.
Good to see you guys.
So Tom and I, we have a really cool story of how we met right after lockdown. He was a guest on a episode of Tea with Gary V. And I was watching that, and he kept saying his email over and over again, Tom, and he was Tom's a writer. And so I wrote it down, and I reached out to him, and we talked on the phone, and we connected, both as writers, and just a really fantastic person. And I said, send me whatever book you think you've always pictured would make the best movie, So he sent me a manuscript called Party. I went in completely blind. I read it 24 hours later, called him back, said, I have no money, but I want to option it. And he said, okay. And so he did that. I then spent the next 40 days adapting it myself into not the current draft that you have here. And then found Kevin, and then William joined the gang, and it was just, it cascaded from there. So super cool to, at the end of the year, bring Tom in and to do this for him and right before we get shooting. So this is really cool. I'm really happy you guys could all be here for this. Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Is that Kevin with you, Ryan?
That is Kevin. Yes. Oh yeah. Kevin.
Nice to meet you, Kevin.
Have you ever thought?
No. Eager to meet you though.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this, man. This is gonna be awesome.
I can't wait, man. I just hope we do your book justice, my man.
Yeah. I hope you don't. You know, we aspire. I start. You know, once it got in here, Tom, I can't control it. You know.
I get it. No, I'm a theater kid. I understand. It's out of my hands too. So have fun.
Cool. All right. Well, if nobody else has any other questions,
I do.
yes.
I come in at the very end. Am I correct?
Yes, towards the end. Yes.
And am I reading all the cop? One of the cops is James.
Yeah, we don't have James, right? So we could have him read for James, or you want him to read?
Well, I don't see
female
Kenny
cop?
here, so yeah, if you could read for James, that'd be great.
I'll do that. He comes in at the end, correct?
That's yeah.
Yeah, I got a split screen with my script up and you guys up, so I'll just read it and I'll do that.
Same here.
And for the girl, the female girl, that's the lines I was reading for, right? The female cop.
Yeah, so all the cops, if you could read their dialogue, that'd be
Sure,
great.
I could do that. All right.
And Joshua, were you gonna read Max?
And Matt, I believe too.
Cool.
No.
And then who else are we missing? So we're missing Anthony.
What? I'm so confused with names. Morgan is texting me.
You want to put our names
Some
next to
are on
our characters next to our
Oh,
names?
so they're on the
different
other
one.
link. So how
Yeah.
do we send them over?
Let me try that.
Kyle shared the Zoom link. How do they get this one? Let me hold on. I'll just do this. Copy URL. Copy clipboard. Hold on. All right, hold on. We got more people that got on this different one. What's your name?
Who's famous for going around and
What's your first name?
busting
Michelle.
Thank you.
like fake dealers.
We're just reading through it raw today, right? Just reading it.
Right, I think so, because
Hey, guys.
anybody else got a split screen up?
Hey,
Hi,
so,
dude.
Oh, I do.
I'm sending Michelle the link.
nice
right
to
now.
see everybody. Thanks for coming.
Hey.
This is amazing. Hi, Michelle.
Oh, hi.
Great to see you. Yes. The
Michelle,
whole
I just
gang is here. Yes.
emailed. Oh, I guess this works, huh?
I don't see Michelle.
Can you record?
could.
Ryan isn't
Can you
here,
record?
and he just asked me like why I'm not on. So I feel like we have two simultaneous separate calls going on.
That's true.
But
There's
you guys-
two meetings right now.
You guys can hear each other, right? Can everybody hear each other?
I can't see Michelle.
Can you turn your volume up?
Are we missing some people?
Wait, am I supposed to?
Yeah, we're missing like 5 people that are have to be on a different call. They can't. I just copied this link for this one and emailed it to Michelle. Can you email it to them so they can comment?
Hey, Carter.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna
I'll
email you guys a new link. I guess we're gonna switch over to a new meeting room. Is there?
I had to restart it, so I apologize for that. There was some.
Sorry about that. So they log off and then just hit the link that I'm
And
going to send.
Yeah, I just emailed it to you.
Excuse me.
Listen to music.
Okay, so what's the link? Okay, guys, just emailed you the new link. Go ahead and switch over to that one if you can.
Okay, right away.
Thank you.
Gotcha. Wait, I don't think I got it.
You mean us? All of us are switching over?
No, you guys stay there.
You stay where we are. Okay, good.
Oh.
Oh, so I stay here too?
No, listen, you guys need.
All right, so Michelle, Jonathan, and Kenny, switch over to the link I just emailed you.
Haven't gotten the link yet. But I will.
Okay, bye.
Okay, I'll see you guys in a sec.
Okay.
Are we doing it?
Yeah, do it now. Do it now.
All right, sweet.
There we
All
go.
right, thanks.
There we are. Boom. Boom. There she is.
Hey.
Yay. Yay.
All right, so it has officially began, everybody.
Okay.
Woo!
The journey starts today. Actually started, I guess. Tom, when did you write this?
The wow, it was originally published in 2010, which means I probably wrote the first draft in 2007 or so.
Oh, I love it.
Something like that, yeah.
13
Driving out of
years in
Santa
the
Barbara.
making.
Yeah. Yeah.
And tack on another year for post-production.
Yeah, sure. You know, I can wait another year.
And you just did a re-release this year of it, correct?
Yeah, yeah. There was an extra chapter that got cut out of the original version, and some other goodies type stuff. Yeah.
I browsed that last chapter. I haven't read it yet, but I think I know what it is, and I'm super interested and curious to write it.
Nice.
Which it's like a whole nother like character.
Oh, really?
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
I read,
Yeah,
like,
well,
the first-
there were 15 originally, and then we cut down to 11 for the final book. So there was a lot of extra stuff hanging around.
What are you guys doing?
Hey, shoot, Molly?
Am I in the wrong place again?
Yeah. Did I send you the new link yet?
Molly was just here a second ago.
She was here a second ago. We had her. We lost her. Dude, how
Damn
could
it, Molly.
it be if I just got Shia LaBeouf to play like card?
All right, sorry, Molly. Just sent it to you. Click on over to that link.
Okay.
That's like everybody.
Can you tell me what the numbers are?
Yeah, it is. All right, so like the last 4 digits is 2990.
There we go.
All right, a bit of a slow start.
Apologize. All my fault.
Can we leave if we have to and come back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you do? Go on mute.
Hey, does that? Sorry. Oh.
Where those 3 dots are, is that where you put pin video, or I think you do something not to disrupt the reading, but you stop something, or?
Well, yeah, if you want to pin a video, you can. I think it locks it on that one frame. But
if you have to leave and come back, what's the best thing to do? Just leave and come back?
Yeah, just duck out and come back in.
Yeah, you can mute and stop video.
That's what it was. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Do you have another Twitch link by chance? Because my friends are saying the one that was sent isn't working.
I know. I apologize. I'm unable to figure out how to get my OBS and Zoom meeting. You know, I apologize.
No.
I did the best I could, and I thought I had it figured out, but I failed.
Oh, bummer.
So I am recording it though, and I'll put it up on my YouTube channel and stuff like that. So it will be viewable in its entirety, just not live. I'll figure it out one of these days. Doing the best I can.
Doing a great job.
Thanks. Everybody ready? You set?
Let's get on page 1.
let's rock and roll.
All right. If everyone else is set, then I will hand it over to our narrator, Mr. Tom Levine.
You want everything that's not dialogue? Absolutely everything?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. We all good?
We're good.
All right. Exterior church, sunset. A blue butterfly appears in the sky and dances through the air on its way down to earth. The butterfly descends in front of a church and gently lands on the cement sidewalk in front of it. A girl's boot walks into frame and steps next to the butterfly. The camera moves up from the boot to reveal Beckett, age 17. The camera stops on her face and Beckett's green eyes stare directly into the lens.
I'm the girl nobody knows until she commits suicide. Then suddenly everyone had a class with her.
Beckett turns and walks inside the church. A bag hangs around her shoulders. Interior church. Beckett walks into the church and makes her way to the front. She talks to the audience as she walks.
What type of kid do you think I am? To the rest of the school, I look like I belong to the pot smokers. But the pot smokers say I belong with the goths. The goths think I'm a nerd, and the nerds think I hang with all the cool kids. I guess that's why I always find myself on my own.
As if from out of nowhere, janitor Carlos, in his 50s, slides behind her and begins sweeping the floor. Beckett continues.
But I don't like to be alone. In fact, I love people. I just don't know how to tell them that. Well, tonight's the night I change all of that.
Beckett walks to the front of the church and enters one of the pews. She sits down to pray.
Mom, I was just wondering if you were there.
Beckett finds her words.
There's a party tonight, the biggest one of the year. Everyone will be there. I want to go, but I'm afraid to, and I was hoping you could give me a sign whether or not I should go. I want to know if anyone will notice me or even say hi to me, but Rejection's the only theme song I hear playing.
The front doors close and Beckett turns to see Carlos locking up and sweeping the foyer. Beckett lowers her voice a bit and looks back up at the screen, back up at the cross.
Ashley will certainly be there. Maybe she'll forgive me. I completely cut her out of my life after you got sick. She didn't know that, of course.
Beckett looks up again.
I remember really hating you for forcing me to distance myself from my friends.
Carlos shouts at Beckett.
Vámonos, chica.
Beckett turns and responds.
Uno momento.
Venga, quiero llegar a mi casa.
Por supuesto, mi corazón. Un momento.
Carlos gives a gruff wave, but smiles.
Ay, pinche bonita.
Beckett smiles and looks back up at the cross.
Okay, Mom. I'm gonna go to the party. I'm not sure what the next year looks like. The money's running out. This may be my last night to enjoy as a kid, so why not, right?
Carlos has moved to the pew behind Beckett now and waves his broom at her head playfully.
Vámonos.
Beckett stands and grabs her bag. She has a playful exchange with Carlos as she makes her way out of the pews and out of the church. Exterior crosstown night. Beckett walks along the sidewalk and talks to the camera. She looks comfortable doing it.
When I was 9, my dad left and moved to Seattle to live with a viola player he'd fallen in love with. I always wondered why my parents never had any other children. Turns out my dad never really loved my mom. I guess I'm lucky to even be here.
There's a bench and an overflowing trash can next to it, a crumpled flyer for tonight's party on top. Beckett walks past the flyer and pulls open a comic book from her bag.
I never really had anyone around to play with me, so I turned to comic books. It's like they're always there for me. They never let me down, even the bad ones. I don't care. As long as they have a beginning, a middle, and an end, I can rely on these stories anytime. They're never more than an arm's reach away. Anytime I feel uncomfortable, I go for my comics.
Beckett thumbs through her comic.
I always dreamed of being a comic book character, to just be thrown into an adventure where people would look up to me and want to follow me. Turns out real life's nothing like the comic books.
Beckett is pulled out from her monologue when she hears her name being called from across the street. Beckett gets a nervous look on her face and hunkers down a bit. She looks across the street toward this burrito place and sees Morgan, 16, standing up and yelling Beckett's name. Beckett can see another person sitting down with her, but can't make out who it is because the person's back is turned to her. Morgan keeps yelling for another few seconds. Beckett turns and ducks into a local falafel shop. Interior falafel shop, night. Beckett walks into a locally owned falafel shop. Beckett sees Aziz, 17, prepping some food in the back. He looks up when he sees a new customer walk in. He sees Beckett smiling at him and waving. Aziz stands up tall and smiles a broad grin back while returning the wave. As he wipes his hands and walks to the counter, Beckett addresses the camera again.
Azzy is the closest thing I have to a friend at school. I mean, we've never really talked about it, but I think because neither one of us has brothers, sisters, we just get along well.
Aziz arrives at the counter.
Hello, Beckett.
Hey, Azzy. I don't think I've ever been inside here before. I've just ordered for delivery.
Thank you. It is my father's. I would like to own it someday. I'm very proud of my father.
That's really great to hear, Azzy.
Beckett?
So,
Okay.
Go ahead.
Beckett looks at the menu on the wall.
So do you guys sell pizza here?
Z smiles.
I'm sorry, no. Falafels and sandwiches only.
All right.
Beckett and Z share a laugh. Beckett points.
How about some onion rings?
Of course.
Aziz goes into the back and drops an order of onion rings in the fryer. While he does this, Beckett talks to the camera again.
He's into comic books too. The good ones, not the crap that gets packaged and schlepped to the front of the registers with some fancy cover art and a bunch of explosions. The ones that get into the characters and their moral dilemmas about the weight of what they wanted in life against the duty they have for recorrecting their past.
Aziz looks up from the fryer.
Have you heard about the party tonight?
Exterior pier, Charles performing, night. Beckett hears music and walks to the source of the playing, her hands empty of food. She walks along the pier and sees Charles in his 60s, a street performer with the violin. Charles looks up at the small crowd gathered to watch him play. He connects eyes with Beckett and gives a nod. She nods and smiles back.
Maybe I should just go home instead of going to the party. It's not like the night is off to a great start.
Charles swoons his playing near Beckett. He leans over to her.
I like your hat, Sweet Pea.
Beckett smiles.
Thank you.
Charles then wanders over to a young couple and watches them hold each other as he plays. Beckett watches. Beckett waits until Charles isn't facing her and then takes some loose change out of her bag and drops it into his open violin case. The change lands in the neck of the case. Beckett turns to the lens.
Not enough for some O-rings, but enough to make me feel good about something.
Beckett walks away before Charles can notice. Exterior pier, night. A long pier stretches 300 feet out into the ocean. There are lamps lining the edges of the dock. Beckett walks to the very edge of the pier and stands. Beckett stares out at the water. There is no one around to hear her address her mom again.
Okay, Mom. Nobody even knows who I am. They probably won't even let me in the front door. I've never joined any of their clubs and never went to any of their events or dances. The only time I did buy a yearbook, nobody signed it, and I forgot about it in the library and debated whether or not I should even go back for it.
Beckett chuckles.
There was only one signature in it when I got it back, but the handwriting was so shitty, all I could make out was the last part. Have a great summer.
Beckett climbs on top of the railing and holds onto a lamppost staring at the water below. She holds a foot out over the ledge and lets herself dangle outward. She closes her eyes and listens to the waves roll by. She stops and opens her eyes.
I don't know what I'm doing. This pier is making me think too much.
She climbs back and walks away from the pier. Exterior beach, night. Beckett walks up to a swing set and sits down in one of the swings facing toward the ocean. She stares directly into the camera's lens.
Isn't it funny that no matter what thoughts are running through our heads, our bodies can still somehow guide us to where it knows it needs to be?
Beckett looks up the beach toward the house party. Even though it's blocks and blocks away, the alluring sounds of the party can be heard over the white noise of the ocean. She turns and looks back into the camera.
I'm going to see Ashley again tonight, and I've got butterflies about it. The last time I spoke to her, I still had someone alive I could at least call Mom.
Beckett hears the sounds of the party again, calling her. She lets out a sigh.
Fuck it.
Beckett jumps off the swing and walks toward the sounds of the party, fade to black. Exterior, party house, out front, night. Beckett bursts out of the front door and beelines it out of the house. She bumps into a kid, Ryan, 17, who is coming in just as fast as she was going out.
Whoa, sorry.
There are a few other kids outside, but they take zero notice of Beckett as she runs out of the house and directly up to the camera's lens.
I fucking knew it. I knew I shouldn't have come. God damn it. How could it be so fucking stupid?
Beckett feels her emotions coming to the surface as the other kids continue on around her as if nothing is out of the ordinary.
Hold it in. Don't you dare let them see you break.
Beckett turns and hurries up the street. Exterior party house, up the street, night. Beckett runs far enough away so that the sounds of the party can no longer be heard. Beckett drops down to the curb and wipes her face clear of the 2 or 3 tears she let fall out. She grabs her comic and opens it. She gives a smile at the camera.
I told you, comic books are always there for me.
Beckett is settling down. Suddenly, she hears sirens approaching. Beckett stands up and listens. At first, she can't tell which direction they're coming from, but they're definitely getting louder. Soon she realizes that it's coming from the next street over. The next thing she knows, cop cars race past her, one by one, lights and sirens wailing, followed by an ambulance.
Shit. What now?
Beckett watches the vehicles drive toward the house party. She follows them to see what's going on. Exterior party house, out front. As Beckett nears the house, she can see a crowd of kids gathering out front. Beckett tries to see what's happening from behind the crowd, but can't see over them all. One thing she can see is someone being lifted onto a gurney and lots of cops shining flashlights in the kids' faces. Beckett notices some skater kid, Max, standing next to her.
I wonder if he even knows my name.
Beckett hesitates, saying anything. Finally, she taps him on the shoulder. Max turns around, and his eyes grow wide, but his mouth stays shut.
What happened?
Cut to exterior Morgan's house night. Morgan gets out of an old blue Beetle and walks up to the front door of her house with impatience. She addresses the camera as well as she walks.
I had no idea why my parents called me back home 5 minutes after I left the house. Was it because something was wrong with the car? Or was it because I'd only driven it around the block a few times since I got my license less than a week ago?
Morgan walks into her home. Interior Morgan's home living room. Morgan walks into the living room and stands. Her dad is sitting in his chair facing away from her, watching a baseball game on TV at far too loud a volume. Her mom sits at the other end of the couch, playing a game on her phone. She has managed to tune out her husband's annoyances over the years.
What gives? Something wrong with the Beetle?
Put the keys down.
Sorry, I'm having flashbacks. This is a true story. Morgan does
At
as
least it wasn't hot flashes.
Morgan does as she's told. Morgan waits for something else. Finally, her mom looks up from her game.
You're not allowed to take the car without permission, young lady.
Morgan's mouth lowers like a Looney Tunes character.
Have you both gone mental? I was literally standing in this exact same spot no more than 5 minutes ago, asking if I could take the car to Ashley's.
And what did we tell you?
Morgan shakes her head.
You didn't say anything. Something happened on TV that Dad got excited about, and you told him to calm down. It's just a game. Then I said bye, and you waved at me.
Morgan looks at the back of her dad's head.
Dad said nothing, of course.
Morgan's dad spins around in his chair and points his finger at her.
You do not get to talk to me like that, Morgan. Go upstairs to your room now.
Morgan backpedals.
I'm sorry. Look, I'll text Ashley and have her come pick me up. I don't need to take the car.
You're not going anywhere, Missy. You're staying home tonight.
Morgan's head snaps in the direction of her mom.
I'm what?
Mom finally looks up from her phone again.
You're grounded.
Morgan's mouth remains open. She can't help but start laughing. Mom doesn't find this funny.
I'm not joking, Morgan. Go upstairs.
Morgan looks in awe at both her parents. Neither one of them will look at her. Finally, she screams out in frustration and stomps her way upstairs. Interior Morgan's room. Morgan storms into her bedroom and slams the door behind her. She puts on music and plops herself down on her bed and immediately draws her cell phone to text Ashley. Insert phone. Ash, change of plans. Something's wrong with the car. She'll have to come pick me up. Morgan sets down the phone and waits for a response. She looks at the camera.
I'm texting my best friend, Ashley.
Morgan receives Ashley's response. Insert phone. What's wrong with the Beetle? Morgan texts a response back. Forget about the Beetle. Morgan continues typing and hits send. She looks up to the camera.
Ashley is a lot more cautious than I am. If she knew I was telling her to come pick me up, but to park down the block and not in my driveway because I was actually going to have to sneak out of my house tonight, well, there's no way she'd go for it.
Morgan gets another response from Ashley. That sucks about the car. No worries, though. I'll come get you now. Morgan smiles. She sits up and looks around her room.
Now, how the hell do I sneak out of here?
Exterior Morgan's home, side yard. Morgan climbs out of her bedroom window and sneaks away from her house. Exterior, interior, Ashley's car, night. Ashley, 17, sees Morgan running down the street toward her car. Morgan runs around to the passenger side and quickly gets in.
Go, go, go!
Morgan taps the dash. Ashley puts her blinker on and checks for any incoming cars and then pulls out in the road and drives away. Ashley looks at Morgan as she puts on her seatbelt.
What's the go? How come you couldn't use the Beetle?
Oh, just your typical, we didn't hear you bullshit. My dad and mom always pull.
So nothing's wrong with the Beetle?
Not as far as I know.
So why have me pick you up a block away?
Because, Ash, I can't exactly sneak out of my house for the first time, only to have my getaway driver park in the driveway.
Morgan, what's the matter with you? You snuck out?
Ashley's voice raises on the last two words. Morgan looks to the camera.
You hear when her voice gets all high-pitched like that? I do that a lot to her.
Ashley shakes her head.
Well, I guess you can hang at my house until the party gets going, which won't be for another hour or two.
Not your place?
Why not?
Because if my parents do happen to discover that I'm gone, which is highly unlikely, that will be the first place they look for me.
Ashley thinks while she drives.
How about burritos?
Fuck yeah.
Ashley smiles, puts her blinker on, and takes the next turn. Interior Ashley's car at the burrito place. Ashley's car pulls into a parking spot in the crowded parking lot of the burrito place. Ashley turns off the engine and looks at Morgan.
I'm sorry your parents suck.
Morgan shrugs.
That's just who they are. Can't pick your parents, but you can pick your friends.
Morgan pinches Ashley's cheek. She gleefully smiles, and they both laugh.
When was the last time your dad even gave you a hug?
Morgan's eyes look up.
I think it was when we had to put the family cat down 12 years ago.
That's not bad for a cat.
No, I was 12.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Morgan looks at the camera.
I don't tell Ashley about the Christmas when I was 6 and I tried to give my dad a hug and a kiss because I was so happy I got the Barbie I wanted. And he pushed me away as he would a stranger. That's why I have so many acceptance issues.
Ashley opens her door and looks at Morgan with a smile.
You ready?
Morgan gives a big smile back.
Yeah, I'm starving.
Morgan and Ashley both get out of the car and race each other inside. Exterior burrito place. Table, night. Ashley and Morgan sit at a table outside eating their burritos. There are several other patrons around going in and out of the burrito place. It's a popular hangout during this hour on a Friday night. Morgan looks across the street while she chews bites. Her eyes see something.
Oh, shit. Please don't turn around. Ash, please don't turn around. Ash.
Ashley notices Morgan's eyes looking past her.
What is it?
Huh? Nothing. God damn it.
Ashley turns around and sees what Morgan is looking at. She sees Beckett walking past them across the street.
Oh my God, Beckett, what is she doing?
Morgan turns to the camera.
I hate how Ashley gets the second Beckett's name is mentioned. How she can still care about her. I will never know. The bitch straight up just stopped talking to her. I've never heard Ashley cry. Pardon. I've heard Ashley cry about it too many times not to hate Beckett Montgomery.
She looks so lost.
Morgan quips.
In a stupid comic book way.
Ashley gives a look to Morgan.
Stop it.
Morgan puts down her burrito.
I have an idea. Why don't we both see what Beckett's been up to lately? You know, since she stopped talking to you.
Morgan stands up. Ashley puts up a hand.
Maury, stop.
Morgan stands up on her chair and waves her arms.
Beckett! Yo, Beckett!
Ashley buries her head in embarrassment as Beckett looks up toward Morgan from across the street.
Hey! Why don't you come say hi?
Beckett quickly turns and walks into a falafel shop. Morgan sits back down, proud of her annoying accomplishment. Ashley shakes her head.
You know, you can be a real bitch sometimes.
I'm sorry. What would you do if I all of a sudden stopped talking to you?
Well, it sounds to me like you're jealous.
What? I am not jealous.
Morgan looks at the audience.
I need to change the subject. Also, this carne asada is so fucking good. It's really stimulating me in my pants.
Morgan looks at Ashley across from her.
What do you think about Ryan?
Ashley's just taken a bite of her burrito as well.
Ryan Brenner?
Yeah.
Ashley shrugs.
He's hot, but a bit of a man whore for my taste.
Not for you, dumbass. For me.
Ashley shakes her head.
Absolutely not. It's only been a week since you broke up with Josh, plus you never want to go out with an ex's friend.
Morgan responds with frustration.
Josh and I dated for 6 months and he refused to have sex with me. Ryan has sex with girls before he knows their last name. I want some dick, god damn it.
Ashley laughs as Morgan deadpans to the camera.
Look, I know what you all are thinking, and you're right. I only want to have sex with someone to fill a void that was created by my father due to his lack of physical love toward me. But still, I'm going to be a senior next year, and my hymen is still intact. I'm sure girls out there can relate.
Ashley sees something Morgan does not.
Just try to keep it in your pants tonight, or at least for the next few minutes.
Why?
Ashley nods behind Morgan.
Because guess just who pulled up with his friends?
Morgan turns around to see half a bite in her mouth and a piece of lettuce dangling from the side. She and Ashley see Josh and his friends, Matt, Tommy, Daniel, and Ryan, all get out of his white truck.
Maybe I should have thought twice about this whole sneaking out thing.
Cut to exterior Matt's house night. Tommy and Josh are leaning against the side of Josh's white pickup truck. Tommy is on the last legs of a cigarette. Josh is staring at the ground while he breaks apart a twig in his hands. Tommy looks up from his friend and into the camera lens.
Josh hadn't said anything now for 5 minutes, and I was almost done with my.
Tommy takes a drag.
I know what some of you boomers are thinking. We're only in high school. Wait till you have to deal with real life, right? You know, people forget what it's like to live through high school. It can be tough, especially trying to navigate through a storm of hormones constantly raging.
Tommy takes a drag.
All I know is my buddy is hurting, and I wanted to do anything I could to make him feel better.
Tommy looks at Josh.
Josh?
Josh responds without looking up.
Yeah.
You know, it's not right the way she left you like she did.
You guys keep saying that.
I mean, what else can we do about it?
Josh stares at nothing for a moment longer. Finally,
Fucking kill her.
Tommy nods his head.
Okay.
Tommy takes one last drag off his cigarette and throws it into the middle of the street. The two of them step away from the car and head back inside to Matt's house. Interior Matt's house basement. Tommy and Josh come down the stairs into the finished basement of Matt's house. It is a teenage boy's dream hangout. Ryan and Daniel are playing Xbox, and Matt is on a beanbag watching them. Josh plops down on one of the two couches that don't match. Matt looks at Josh.
Feeling better now that you've got some fresh air?
Matt smiles.
Yeah.
Josh waves his hand over his nose as he looks at Tommy sitting down in a swivel chair across the room. Tommy smiles and looks at the camera.
The 5 of us have all been buddies since 5th grade.
Ryan waves to the audience and then goes back to the video game.
I mean, we'd all had our fair share of feeling down, but, you know, Josh was always the one who made us feel better. Always the one to get us to rally, even if we didn't feel like it. And he didn't even need to drink or smoke to do it.
Tommy looks at Josh, who is watching the gameplay on TV. Tommy looks at Josh's hands, which both have black X marks on them. Tommy looks again at the lens.
Straight edge, as he called it. I mean, it's why... You know, but this was different. This girl ripped his fucking heart out and stomped all over it. So, I mean, she had to die.
Tommy looks at Josh.
Hey, Josh, why didn't you tell them what you told me outside?
Josh looks at Tommy.
What, you mean killing Morgan?
Matt looks at Josh.
Yeah.
Sure. Dragging her behind my pickup truck for a couple miles sounds like fun right now.
Why don't we push her off the bluff? I mean, you could invite her up there or something with Ryan hiding in the bushes, and then when the moment's right, you could push her.
Ryan speaks up while still focused on the game.
Why does it have to be me?
You've got the looks that kill.
Everyone laughs. Ryan pauses the game and turns around.
Are you guys being serious talking about this?
Daniel turns around as well.
Why not? What she did to Josh was pretty fucked up.
Josh mimics his hands gripping.
You know, we could all get some wooden bats and beat her to death like a piñata.
Antifreeze. Pour some in her beer tonight at the party.
Why not just shoot her?
Well, does anyone here own a gun?
Silence. Ryan, a bit uncomfortable with conversation, adds.
If you shot her, then the news would probably get involved. You know, if it bleeds, it leads.
Everyone looks at Ryan and they laugh again. Matt throws a stray popcorn kernel from the floor at him.
The problem is, if you had just choked her or something when she broke up with you, then it'd be like a crime of passion or something. You know, the fact that we're all sitting here talking about it, that makes it like premeditated. That's like first-degree murder or something.
Tommy looks over his shoulder and into the lens.
Not to mention we'd all be guilty of conspiracy.
Ryan looks at Josh.
Dude, I never heard the full story. Just that the two of you were done all of a sudden.
Josh looks down at the carpet, picturing the moment in his head. Finally, he addresses the group.
You know, Morgan asked me why I didn't want to have sex with her. I tried telling her it's not that I didn't want to have sex with her, it's that I don't want to have sex with anybody, at least until I'm married. I told her that that's what I believed, and that's what God would want from me. It had nothing to do with her. She basically told me if I didn't want to have sex with her, it means I didn't love her.
I told her I don't want to have sex with her because I do love her, and she thought I was full of crap and told me she never wanted to see me again.
Everyone takes in the story.
Was this the first time that she brought it up with you?
Up until a week ago, I thought everything was perfect.
Ryan hesitates to ask, but does so anyway.
So, do you kind of wish you just had sex with her and got it over with?
Josh stands up, puffing out his chest. He does his best considering his short stature.
At least I got balls, and I don't fuck everything that moves.
Tommy stands up, calming the situation.
You see what I mean about Josh throwing off the whole vibe of the crew?
Matt stands up.
I need a smoke.
Yeah, me too.
Ryan pulls out his pack.
Yo, we got to smoke out front now.
Ryan looks at Matt, who's nodding.
You morons are all too careless with your cigarettes.
Everyone gets up and they go outside. Exterior Matt's house night. Josh opens up the tailgate of his truck and everyone finds their spot to sit and chill. They all pull out cigarettes except Josh, Daniel bumming one from Tommy. They all light up and sit. Tommy looks at Josh, sulking.
I wanted to shake him. Something to get him out of this mood. Josh was the guy we all relied on to get us out of our shit when it went down. He was the guy whose house you can go to at 3 a.m. and wake him up if you needed to bitch about your girlfriend or your parents or whatever. I knew because I'd done it more than once.
Tommy takes a long drag and looks around at his crew, ending on Josh.
I thought Josh might start crying or something. I hated Morgan for what she did to him and what it was doing to us.
Tommy stares at Josh.
And that's rude.
Josh suddenly leaps off the tailgate.
Forget it.
Told you.
Josh walks to the driver's side door and fishes for his keys in his pocket. Everyone stops and looks at each other and then at Josh. Tommy walks around to Josh, who has his door open.
Dude, who gives a shit about Morgan? Who cares if she shows up to the party? There's going to be so many other people there. Girls, too. Why not show her what a great time you're able to have without her?
Josh shakes his head.
Nah.
Come on, man. You can't bail on us.
Yeah, man. I mean, who gives a shit about some girl?
Josh just stands there flipping his keys and the key ring around his fingers.
Call me in the morning. See if I'm still here.
Everyone in the group exchanges looks.
What the hell did that mean?
Tommy looks back to Josh.
Look, if you don't go, we don't go. And we can't not go.
Daniel chimes in.
Who's going to drive the getaway car after we poison her?
Wait, I thought we were going to shoot her, then toss her body over the cliffs.
Nobody has a gun, remember?
Yeah, well, whatever we do, I'm going to need to eat first. Where should we go?
Tommy smiles.
Matt can be real clever when he wants.
Tommy can tell Josh is debating.
We got him. Josh?
Josh is holding on to his keys, thinking.
Sorry, guys. I just think...
Matt breaks the tension by letting out a long, loud fart.
And Matt for the win!
Everyone laughs hysterically, including Josh. Then, communicated only through looks and laughter, everyone piles into his truck. Everyone finishes piling in, and Josh starts up his truck. Tommy looks at the lens as everyone piles in around him.
Whatever it was Josh meant about not being here in the morning, he never asked.
Interior, exterior, Josh's truck at the burrito place. Josh pulls his truck into the crowded parking lot and carefully squeezes his car into a parking spot. Daniel spots Ashley Morgan sitting at a table out front. He leans over to Tommy.
Guess who?
Tommy looks where Daniel is pointing.
Yeah.
Josh puts his car in park and shuts the engine off. Tommy leans forward.
Hey, man, we should probably go somewhere else.
Josh turns around.
Why?
Josh sees past Tommy and can see Morgan sitting with Ashley at a table. His smile disappears from his face. Matt turns around, so does Ryan.
Hungry as I am, I'd be totally okay going somewhere else.
You know, there's that pizza place on State.
Matt's stomach rumbles. Everyone looks for Josh to make a decision. He holds his composure.
No, it's fine. I mean, I live here too, right? We're bound to cross paths sooner or later.
Exterior burrito place. The group of guys get out of the truck and assemble on Josh as they all march to the doors of the burrito place. Tommy can see Ashley and Morgan trying not to look at them, but look at them. He talks to the camera as the group walks.
I'd known Ashley since freshman year, and for some reason we always had English class together. But Morgan, I only knew her as my best bud's girlfriend. Sorry, ex-girlfriend.
Josh looks over at Morgan as they walk past.
What's up?
Morgan and Ashley say nothing as the rest of the crew walk in behind Josh, each taking a look at the table. Tommy hangs back before going in.
Hey, Ashley.
Hey, Tommy.
How'd you end up doing on Miss Court's final?
I'd read the book a bunch when I was a kid, so I felt pretty good about it. You?
Morgan doesn't lift her head up, just picks out pieces of asada from her burrito.
Pretty good, I think. You guys going to that party tonight?
Yeah. This one here has plans to get wasted and completely piss off her parents.
Tommy looks at Morgan.
One of those nights, huh?
Morgan looks up at him.
Yeah.
Just then, Matt comes running out of the burrito place and sprints to Josh's truck, already pulling his food from the bag. Tommy is smiling as he turns back to the girls and notices Morgan looking past him at someone.
I assume she was trying to spy on Josh.
So, you guys all going?
Tommy looks back to Ashley.
Yeah. I guess we'll see you all there?
Yeah, see you there.
Tommy walks toward the order window. Exterior burrito place. Tommy walks up, but keeps his eyes on Morgan. He bumps into Daniel.
Easy, Tiger.
Tommy smiles. Ryan is texting on his phone and then puts it away.
Well, boys, I got my plans all laid out for me.
Ryan smiles as his friends look at him.
I'm going to be having sex tonight.
We get that. We're just all wondering why you're telling us.
Tommy laughs as he looks back outside at Morgan. Suddenly, he realizes something and looks at the camera.
Holy shit. She's not looking at Josh. She's checking out Ryan. Craptastic.
Tommy sees Ryan ordering his burrito.
Ryan wasn't texting Morgan just now, was he?
Tommy thinks.
No way. Ryan wouldn't do that to one of us. Right?
Just then, Josh walks past Tommy, and Tommy bumps him into the wall of the burrito place.
Fucker.
Josh pushes Tommy back, and the two playfully punch and push each other until Tommy lets him go by. Tommy has his eyes on Morgan outside the whole time. She doesn't even notice Josh, and instead keeps her eyes locked on Ryan.
Hey, you gonna get something?
Nah, I'm not real hungry.
Tommy sees Josh walking back to his truck, approaching Morgan.
That's a lie. I'm not about to let that happen.
Tommy follows after Josh. Exterior burrito place. Tommy walks and sees Josh halfway to his truck. Josh stops walking, and his fists clench tighter around his brown paper bag of food. Josh turns around and walks toward Ashley and Morgan.
Oh, fuck.
Tommy hurries up to Josh.
You going to the party tonight?
Morgan looks at Ashley and kind of shakes her head, then back at Josh.
Yeah.
Tommy carefully watches. He looks over his shoulder at the camera.
He's doing well, don't you think? I'm so proud of him.
Josh continues.
Do you think maybe we could talk?
Morgan looks disgusted.
Talk about what?
Us.
Morgan turns in her seat to face Josh now.
There is no us. If you want to tell me something, go ahead. Say it.
Josh hesitates, then finally turns and walks away without saying anything. Tommy smiles.
I'm proud of you, boy.
Josh back to his truck. Ryan and Daniel are coming out of the burrito place and headed back to Josh's truck as well. Tommy starts to go with them, but stops and steps toward Morgan.
Look, Morgan, I'm sure you have your reasons, but what you did to Josh was pretty fucked up.
Morgan gets defensive.
Oh, you think I'm fucked up? What about him?
Tommy puts up a hand to stop her.
Oh, I don't care. Just stay the fuck away from my best friend, okay?
Tommy gives an apologetic look to Ashley. She shrugs her shoulders and looks away. Tommy turns and leaves. Morgan stands up.
Why don't you just go jerk off your bestie in the back of his truck? I'm sure his dick would appreciate the attention.
Damn. Morgan then hurls the rest of her burrito in Tommy's general direction, but the piece will only reach about 10 feet or so. Tommy smiles as he walks back to the truck. Matt is sitting on the edge of the tailgate with his mouth full.
Everything cool?
Yeah, help me keep an eye on Josh tonight. I don't want her to hurt him anymore.
No problem.
Josh starts up his truck, and Tommy addresses the audience once more as they all pile in.
All that murder talk you heard earlier was all bullshit. Just some high school guy talk, right? Josh is an emotional guy. He wears his heart on his sleeve. I know when a guy like that gets his heart torn in half, he's capable of doing a lot of things. Stupid things. And after the way I saw how Morgan talked to him just now, I thought he could snap. And if he did, I'd be there to drive the getaway car for him.
Josh puts the truck into gear, and it drives away. Cut to exterior State Street night. Two skater kids, one of them we saw earlier, Max and Brent, 18, walk out from a local corner store holding drinks. Max is holding a winning scratch ticket in his hand.
Tonight's the night. I'm telling you, this is good luck.
Brent disagrees.
It's really not, though. Just what happens after you buy. It's what happens after you buy statistically that many lotto tickets. You're bound to win one.
But I got my free one tonight.
Max, you bought one a day since you turned 18. You've won like 10 times before.
Max holds the ticket, admiring it.
Tonight's the night for her.
Brent turns and addresses the camera as the boys walk.
That her, my oversized friend here is referring to, is the girl he's had a crush on for 3 years, but has had 0 interactions with. The one, Miss Beckett Montgomery.
Brent watches Max smile as the two of them continue down the sidewalk.
Nah, Max has never been much for nerves when it comes to girls. Although, he did sign Beckett's yearbook once, but he said his hands were shaking so badly, he doubted he understood a word he wrote in it.
Brent looks up and sees a sign for the falafel place.
I'm hungry.
Brent takes a hard turn into the falafel place. Max follows. Interior, pizza place / falafel place, I assume. Brent and Max walk in. Standing behind the register is Aziz, ready to take their order. Brent looks at Aziz while Max looks at the menu hanging above.
I'll take a large meat, whatever.
Aziz happily rings it in.
1 meat lover's falafel.
Aziz looks at Brent, who has a coy grin on his face.
Cheese.
Cheese, very good. Anything more?
Brent cracks a laugh and looks at Max. Max smiles and nods.
Nah, that's it.
Brent takes out his card and pays Aziz. Brent looks at his name tag.
You go to City High?
Aziz looks up, happy to receive the engagement.
Yes, I will be a senior next year.
Cool.
Brent points at himself and Max.
We both just graduated from there.
Oh, congratulations.
Brent thinks that's an odd word choice for a kid to use.
You going to the party tonight?
Aziz smiles very big.
Yes.
Brent pans to the camera.
I can't figure out why this kid is so happy.
Back to Aziz.
Are you allowed to drink? Like, because of your religion? That's gotta suck, right?
Max nudges Brent.
So easy.
Aziz nods.
Unfortunately, you are correct. My religion does not permit me to drink alcohol.
Aziz smiles.
But I'm still very much looking forward to the party.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
There is someone that I would like to see.
Brent leans on the counter.
Ah, a hookup.
No, it is just a friend.
Brent laughs again and looks at Max. Max is not laughing. Neither is Aziz.
What?
Brent looks at Aziz and gives him a friendly tap.
I'm just having a laugh. We're cool, right?
Aziz does his best to continue smiling.
Yes.
Nice. Brent holds his laughter in. He puts up a finger.
Excuse me, just 1 second.
Brent turns away from the scene and explodes into mocking laughter. Brent recovers himself, wiping tears from his eyes, and comes back to the scene.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Where were we?
Aziz points at the receipt and hands Brent a pen. Good.
Your signature, please.
Good.
Brent fills out the credit card receipt and signs it. He and Max take their food and head outside. Exterior, State Street. Brent and Max sit on the curb and devour their food. With a mouthful of food, Brent addresses the audience once again.
Everyone in high school is just trying to find their way. I'm not the only one who has problems. Just look in the mirror.
Brent takes another bite as Max continues to destroy his behind him.
Go on. Do it. We dare you to.
Brent and Max continue to eat. Exterior, pier, Charles performing night. Brent and Max carry their skateboards past Charles performing. Brent looks at the change in Charles's case.
Poor guy is not having a great night.
Brent watches him play.
I want to talk to her tonight.
You said that before.
Tonight's going to be different. I've just got a feeling.
Max, you've had 3 years to make a move and you never have. Why is tonight going to be different?
Max stares into the distance with his hands in his pockets.
So, what? Tonight's the night you're finally going to bag her?
Max looks back at Brent.
It's not like that.
Brent laughs.
How are you going to give her a ride? You know how hard it is to fit 2 people in a skateboard. Oh, maybe you can carry her on piggyback to your house.
Brent laughs more. Max hits him. Brent stops laughing.
I'm not trying to sleep with her.
Oh, because it's love?
Maybe.
Oh, please. That's more like lust. Stalker.
Suddenly, Charles leans his head into the conversation and speaks to Max.
Don't be afraid, young blood. You go on after that girl. Forget what your buddy here tells you.
Charles smiles at Brent, then Max.
Thank you.
Charles dips away again, back to his performing. Max turns and walks with a smile on his face. Brent looks at Charles.
Can you hear everything I say?
Charles winks at Brent as he continues to play. Brent turns and hurries to catch up with Max. Exterior, under the pier, night. The boys find a place under the pier to chill and let their food digest.
I'm weird.
Brent thinks.
You eat all your french fries before you even touch your burger. Of course you're weird.
Max stops Brent.
No, seriously, I don't really know where I fit in this world.
Brent listens to his best friend.
Tried out for football because I'm big and that's what the school wanted. I got good grades because that's what my parents wanted. But what about what I want? I know where I can fit, but don't know where I want to fit.
And do you think that fit is with Beckett Montgomery?
Max nods, assuring.
I think I could see myself marrying a girl like Beckett.
Right, like Beckett. Doesn't mean it has to be her, my guy.
Brent drops his board to the sand.
Come on, let's skate.
Max suddenly grips Brent's arm in surprise.
What?
Max points. Brent looks up and they both see Beckett walking on the pier above them.
Holy shit. What do I do?
You don't run up and talk to her now, if that's what you're asking.
This might be my only chance. I mean, what if she doesn't come to the party?
She will.
I don't know, man. This might be it.
Max stands up.
Hey, do whatever you want, man. All I'm saying is you roll up on her now, you will look like a stalker.
Brent looks Max up and down.
Look at the size of you. She's liable to mace your ass off.
Max seizes his excitement as he watches Beckett continue walking away. Brent pats Max's back.
Don't worry, man. He'll get your shot.
Brent picks up his skateboard from the sand.
Come on. Let's skate on Cabrillo. Less people on the sidewalk.
Max takes a deep breath.
Yeah, okay.
The 2 kids turn and make their way up to the house party. Interior party house. Brent and Max walk into the party and they feel like 2 sardines in a can. The house is packed with kids all having a great time. It is dark and bodies are everywhere. Brent carves away through the mob of kids. He gives an excited look back at Max, following him. Max shouts to Brent, trying to be heard over the noise of the crowd.
Dude, you see her anywhere?
Brent shakes his head and shouts back.
Don't worry about it right now. I'm going to grab some space on the couch. You go grab us a couple of beers.
Max nods and the 2 separate. Interior, couch, party house. Brent plops down on the couch next to Anthony, 17, a brick stack house of an African-American man. Brent looks at Anthony.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
Brent points at him.
The A-Train. You having a good night, man?
Anthony gives Brent a half acknowledgement.
Yeah.
Morgan and Abby trot over and sit down on the couch next to Anthony. Morgan?
Oh, sorry, guys.
Okay.
Fucking right.
Whoa. Wait, go up.
You're going to be a senior. I can't wait to cheer for you next year.
Yeah, they make you captain already?
Nah, not yet.
Is the rest of the team still talking shit about how the season ended?
Who knows? I haven't been spending much time with them lately.
Brent tries to include himself.
Fuck those haters, right?
Actually, Morgan look at Brent as if he were stuck at the bottom of their shoe. Brent looks at the camera.
There's one card that will always trump the pecking order between teenagers, and that's the fucking jocks. Doesn't matter that I'm older than all of them or that I had just graduated.
Brent looks at Anthony, shaking his head.
Shocks rule the world.
Anthony swipes the bottle of Jack Daniels from Morgan and takes a swig.
Hey, that's mine.
Morgan climbs on Anthony, trying to get the bottle back. Anthony easily keeps her at bay while keeping the bottle out of her reach. He keeps taking swigs from it. The two are playing. Morgan stops.
Fine. I give up. You can have it.
Morgan stands up. Anthony tries to give it back.
I'm just playing here.
Morgan pushes it back at him.
No, you go ahead and keep it. That would have got me in too much trouble.
Bullshit. Still trouble even without it.
Anthony pulls her friend. I'm sorry, Ashley, her friend.
Come on.
They smile and say goodbye to Anthony. Brent adjusts the distance between he and Anthony on the couch so it's more guy comfortable. Brent looks at the bottle of Jack, then at Anthony. Anthony sees Brent.
I don't think so, dude.
Anthony takes a drink just as Max shows up with 2 red Solo cups of beer.
Just Brent.
Did we lose Brent?
We lost Brent. Just in time.
Here you go.
Max hands Brent his beer and then sits on the couch next to him. Max sees the remote next to Anthony.
Hey man, you mind if I take a look at that?
Anthony looks at the remote and then the animal TV show that's currently on the screen and hands it to Max.
Sure thing.
Thanks.
Max takes it and flips to the channels.
Hey man, didn't you try out for football a couple years ago?
Yeah.
How come you never went for it? You're a big dude.
Brent answers for him.
Because he spent all of high school obsessing over some girl instead.
This animates Anthony.
Oh, no way. For real?
Max still channel surfing.
No, not for real.
Anthony sees Max flip to a news channel that is reporting fighting in Afghanistan.
Wait, hold up.
Max stops changing channels and looks at Anthony.
Watch the news.
Anthony sits forward and takes a heavy drink from the bottle of Jack. Max rolls his eyes to Brent.
Whatever.
Max sets the remote down and takes a sip of his beer.
Brent, who the fuck watches news at a party?
Brent looks at Max for a laugh, but before he can get it out, Anthony has gripped him by the collar of his shirt.
Max.
Anthony speaks through gritted teeth.
People are dying over there to keep your punk ass safe. If you want such a pussy, you go over there and do the same thing.
Oh, shit. Anthony lets go of Brent's collar. Brent gives a terrified look at Max. Anthony takes another swig from his bottle.
Okay.
Just then, Ryan and a girl, Bethany, 16, plop down on the end of the couch. They are both all over each other. Bethany breaks away from Ryan's face and sees it's Anthony sitting next to her. She immediately pushes Ryan to the side and smiles widely at the A-Train.
Oh my God, A-Train?
Anthony looks at the girl.
What's up?
I had your number painted on my face at every game. Well, you and Tyler's, but I always cheer harder when you have the ball.
Bethany stares passionately into Anthony's eyes. Ryan forces himself into the scene.
Let's go check out some of the cool art here upstairs.
Guides Bethany's attention back to his face. She finally looks back at him.
Hi there.
Bethany's attention snaps back to Ryan's.
Oh, hey.
Hey. You want to go check out upstairs?
Bethany swoons.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Ryan stands up with Bethany, and the two of them walk away. Dissolve 2 into your exterior party house night. Passage of time, montage of sorts, B-roll, kids at the party having a great time, youth, innocence, invincibility, vigor, life, the vibrant energy of America's youth, untethered. Dissolve 2, exterior party house, backyard under the palm tree. Tommy and Daniel have found a spot to sit and chill and watch the party. They both sit under a large palm tree drinking beers. There are several empty beer bottles next to them. Tommy gets up to take a piss behind the tree. Daniel watches the party and smiles. He then turns his attention to the lens.
Sure. I'm already 3 or 4 beers deep, but this feels right. Everything feels just the way it's supposed to. Senior year is going to be...
Daniel's interrupted by screaming. He looks and sees Morgan screaming into her cell phone.
Oh!
Oh boy.
Tommy turns while peeing.
What?
Tommy splashes pee up near Daniel. Daniel jumps back.
Hey, watch it, fucker.
Sorry.
Tommy zips up.
What is it?
Daniel points at Morgan.
Who's she talking to? You think it's Josh?
Daniel shrugs.
I don't know.
They watch as Morgan slurs words into her cell phone.
Did Josh leave already?
Daniel looks at Tommy.
I don't know, Tommy. I've been here sitting here drinking beers, same as you.
Well, we're liable to find out now.
Tommy looks past Daniel. Daniel turns around and sees Morgan walking their way, cell phone to her ear. Daniel and Tommy back up, trying to hide themselves behind the palm tree just enough so she doesn't notice them, but not far enough that they can't hear what she's saying.
You always do this to me. It's not fair.
Ashley walks up behind Morgan and tries to take the phone away from her.
Maury, give me the phone.
Morgan sharply turns her shoulder away from her.
Back off!
Ashley gives Morgan a look.
You didn't even give me a hug when I got a Barbie, Daddy.
Daniel looks at the audience.
Oh man, that's not Josh on the phone. That's her father.
Daniel looks at Tommy watching her.
I wonder if Tommy thinks we should still kill her.
Ashley attempts again to take the phone away, and this time Morgan lets her have it. Ashley walks away from Morgan with the phone in her ear, trying to rectify the situation. Morgan is emotionally wrought. She paces in a tight circle for an instant before grabbing an empty beer bottle and throwing it against a brick retainer wall. She lets out one last yell of frustration. Everyone around stops and looks at Morgan for a second or two. Daniel sees Ashley walk over near the tub of beers.
You want another beer?
Tommy shakes his half-full bottle.
Yeah, and some popcorn for this movie.
Tommy nods toward Morgan, who has collapsed on the ground now, sobbing. Daniel smiles.
Yeah, right.
Exterior party house, beer tub. Daniel walks up and grabs 2 beers out of the beer tub. The ice is half melted. He opens one beer and stands near Ashley, who is still on the phone.
I'm not saying you shouldn't be upset. I'm saying that her coming home right now will do no good for anyone. Just let her get this out of her system, and I'll make sure she gets home safe.
Daniel takes sips from his beer as he watches Ashley do her thing.
Morgan may be a bitch, but she's lucky to have a friend like you, as good as Ashley.
Daniel checks out Ashley.
Damn. Has she always been this cute?
Out of nowhere, Morgan comes raging back and takes the phone out of Ashley's hands.
Stop trying to control my life.
Morgan takes the phone inside. Ashley turns around in shock, seeing if anyone else saw that. She and Daniel make eye contact.
Did you just see that?
Yeah, some crazy shit.
Daniel takes another sip of beer.
I'm Daniel, by the way.
Ashley looking back at her friend.
I know.
Just then, Josh comes walking out of the house and walks up to Ashley.
What the hell is going on? Why is Morgan so upset?
Daniel sees the genuine concern on Josh's face.
Parents are going to let her come to the party tonight, so she snuck out.
She what?
Yeah.
She's the worst liar in the world. How did she think she was going to get away with this?
You know how she gets.
Matt walks from inside the house but stops, leaning in the doorway.
Josh, you good?
Yeah.
Daniel sees a girl, Beckett, trying to make her way past Matt outside, but can't get around him and is too shy to ask him to move. Daniel nods to Matt.
Make a hole, soldier.
Matt turns around and sees Beckett.
Oh, sorry.
Matt steps away and Beckett comes outside. She stops when she and Ashley lock eyes. They are standing a few feet away from each other. Tommy walks up to join the group and can instantly sense a tension in the air. Daniel hands Tommy the other beer and they both watch. Daniel says aloud to the crowd,
Is anybody selling tickets to this show?
Josh looks at Ashley.
What should we do?
Don't do anything. I'll handle it.
This pisses Josh off. He looks at Tommy and Daniel.
You guys ready to go?
Tommy and Daniel both look at each other and fumble with a response.
I mean, I guess.
We just opened these beers.
Josh looks disappointed. He turns to Matt and raises a brow.
I mean, we can find a ride. Check with Ryan, though.
Josh looks at his friends.
Fine. See ya.
Josh walks back into the house. Beckett looks at Ashley, her head still hung low.
Yeah, I better get going too.
But just as Beckett turns to walk away, they all see Morgan, hands free of her cell, walk back outside. She sees Beckett standing next to her best friend.
Holy shit! Fucking Beckett Montgomery!
Beckett tries to walk away, but Morgan grabs her by the shoulder and aggressively puts her arm around her.
Hey, what you doing?
Beckett feels very uncomfortable.
I'd better leave.
Beckett ducks away from Morgan's grasp and heads inside. Ashley speaks up.
Just gonna walk away from me again?
Beckett stops. Daniel, Tommy, and Matt all huddle together, waiting to watch the drama unfold. Beckett responds without turning around.
You don't get it.
What's not to get? You're a bitch.
Morgan spits her tongue at Beckett, but loses her balance and falls down. Everyone laughs except for Beckett. She reaches her hand down to help up Morgan. Morgan sees the peace offering and slaps her hand away.
Get off me, bitch.
Morgan gets up on her own. Beckett looks at Ashley one last time.
I'm sorry.
Beckett turns away and walks into the house. Morgan gets to her feet and flings her arm around Ashley in a protective triumph.
Go fucking smoke some ganja, man.
Morgan laughs hysterically at her own slur. She then turns her attention to the three boys standing there and drinking their beers.
Hey, aren't you all friends with Ryan Brunner?
Morgan looks around as if she has a new mission in life.
Where is he? He's fucking hot.
Matt speaks up.
He's inside somewhere. Why don't you go look for him, bitch?
Morgan flips him off as she stumbles back inside the house. Cut to exterior Morgan's home, night. An older hatchback pulls up to the curb outside of Morgan's house. Aziz steps out of the car in his uniform, carrying a bag of delivery food, and walks toward the front door.
One day I will buy a house as big as this one in a neighborhood like this. I will make my father proud that he brought us to America, all the way from Turkey.
Aziz rings the doorbell. A few seconds later, the door opens, revealing Morgan's mom. Aziz smiles brightly.
Hello.
Hi, that will be 2442, please.
Aziz hands her the pizza. She sets it down on the dresser next to her purse.
Of course.
Mom looks in her purse as Aziz stands, smiling patiently. She looks frustrated. Finally, she looks into the living room where Morgan's dad sits watching the TV, the volume still up too loud.
Honey, do you have some cash on you?
What for?
The food's here. Well, do you?
Do I what?
Mom shakes her head.
Never mind.
Aziz tries to get her attention.
You can pay with card.
Mom puts her finger up to Aziz.
Just give me 1 second, will you?
Mom leaves the front door open and walks upstairs.
Morgan, I need that 20 back I gave you today.
Aziz watches her walk upstairs. He turns to the camera while smiling.
My cheeks are beginning to hurt, but father says it's important to always be smiling, so I deal with the pain.
Aziz hears Mom walking around upstairs, calling out for Morgan. Then Mom comes back downstairs and stands in front of the living room entrance.
Do you realize that your daughter is gone?
What do you mean gone? She took the car again?
No, the car's here, but she's gone. Her room's empty and I can't find her anywhere else.
Aziz hears Dad getting up and walking.
I'll find her.
Oh,
Morgan!
Aziz politely reminds Mom.
If you take a credit card, I can take. If you have a credit card, I can take that.
Mom returns her attention to Aziz.
I'm sorry, of course.
She grabs credit card out of her purse and hands it to Aziz. He runs the card and hands her the receipt to sign. Dad comes back down the steps.
Were you cleaning the windows today in her room?
Mom hands the pen back to Aziz and turns to face Dad. She is still holding on to the signed receipt copy.
No, why?
Dad finishes walking down the steps.
Well, the screen is missing on her window. She must have snuck out, I guess.
Snuck out.
Mom is having a hard time processing this.
She's never done that before.
It's because you baby her. Think she can walk all over you.
Me. At least I'm able to look at her when I talk to her. Your head's always glued to that TV in there.
Aziz watches on.
Oh, I feel very uncomfortable saying anything, but my boss does not like it when I don't bring my signed copy.
Aziz tries to wait for an opening and they're arguing.
I'm sorry, excuse me?
The mom closes the front door, but Aziz puts his hand up to stop it. She is in shock. Someone is still there.
I'm sorry, but I need a signed copy of it.
Aziz points to the receipt in mom's hand.
Keep smiling, keep smiling.
Mom looks borderline disgusted with him and hands him the receipt and closes the door on him without saying goodbye. As he stops smiling, he rubs his cheeks as he walks back to his car. Exterior, pier, night. People are emptying the streets and the pier lights and the pier lights and shops turn off. Front doors are being locked. Finally, there is Charles. He finishes playing his final piece to an audience of no one. He does not care, though. His heart is filled with gratitude. He collects what money was given to him, puts his violin away back in its case. Charles then makes his way home off of State Street. Dissolve to exterior party house up the street, night. Aziz, now out of his uniform, gets out of his hatchback car and walks down the street toward the party. Music from the house can be heard. Aziz smiles at all the cars lined up. He looks at the camera.
In Turkey, teenage kids like me don't have cars. In America, everyone drives.
Exterior party house out front. Aziz approaches the front door and readies to go inside. The noise inside is booming through the walls. He raises his hand to knock on the door and then realizes how silly that would be, and instead just walks in. Interior party house. Aziz walks into the party, going on full tilt. His eyes light up and he smiles. Aziz looks at the sea of kids and recognizes Max from earlier, drinking a beer and standing by himself near a wall. Aziz walks over to him, puts his hands out. Aziz puts his hands out to the side.
Look, no alcohol.
Max doesn't immediately realize Aziz is talking to him. He looks.
Huh?
No alcohol.
Max now recognizes who Aziz is and smiles.
Oh, right. Hey, how's it going?
I'm great.
Hey, sorry about my friend being a dickhead to you earlier. He's kind of an ass like that.
Aziz shakes his head.
It is no problem at all.
Aziz puts his hand out to shake.
My name is Aziz.
Max shakes his hand.
I'm Max. Nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you too.
Aziz and Max look out to the crowd. Aziz asks Max a question.
Have you seen a girl named Beckett Montgomery?
Max nearly chokes on his beer.
Why? Do you know her?
Yes, she's a friend.
Max looks around the party.
Is she here?
I don't know. I just got here.
What? Are you two like dating or something?
Aziz laughs.
No, just friends.
I don't think she's coming.
Are you two friends as well?
Max nervously responds.
No, well, not really. Kinda.
Aziz puts his hand on Max's shoulder and smiles.
You have a crush on her.
Max takes a breath and nods his head.
Yeah, big one.
That's fantastic. Well, if I see her, I will let her know you are looking for her.
Thanks.
Aziz nods to his new friend.
I'm going to see who else is here.
Yeah, knock yourself out.
Oh, nice. Aziz makes his way, right? Aziz makes his way into the crowd of partygoers. It is too crowded. He sees the stairs and retreats up to the second level of the house. Interior party house office. Aziz stumbles into a door, not expecting to find an office. He's also surprised when he sees Beckett sitting in one of the office chairs with her legs dangling over the side, reading her comic book.
Beckett!
This startles her. She turns around.
Holy shit, Az, you scared the hell out of me.
Aziz walks in and stands next to Beckett, who sits up properly in the chair.
What are you doing back here? Why aren't you out there with everyone else?
What do you think?
Have you talked to anyone yet?
Beckett shakes her head.
No, and I'm not really sure if I want to. I thought I came here to connect with someone again, but now I'm not even sure why I showed up. Like, when did you get here?
Just now. And I made a new friend already.
That's really great, Abby.
I could introduce you to him. You might like talking to him.
Thanks, but I don't think so, Azzy. I think I'm gonna take off a
Uh,
minute.
but you haven't experienced the party yet. Parties are not meant to spend by yourself reading comics.
As Aziz smiles at Beckett.
Why don't you come and say hi to people?
We'll see.
Put your book away and come with me.
Aziz puts his hand out for her to take. Beckett contemplates.
Okay, fine. Give me a minute. Okay?
Aziz takes his hand back, smiling.
Very well. I wanted to see what the backyard of this house looks like. It's so huge. Come meet me there.
Beckett nods.
Fine. You got it.
Excellent.
Aziz smiles and leaves the office. Interior party house. Aziz walks back through the crowded main part of the house on his way to the backyard when someone bumps into him. The person turns around and is revealed to be Anthony. Aziz can see the bottle of Jack nearly empty in his hand, and that Anthony is swaying from side to side.
I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Anthony laughs and makes fun of how he talks.
I'm sorry.
Aziz does not share in the moment.
Please, I'm very sorry. Let me pass.
Aziz tries to move Anthony out of the way. Anthony does not like it. When Aziz's hand touches him, he slaps it out of the way.
Yo, what the fuck you doing, dude?
Please, I just want to get by.
Get by? What are you even doing here, huh? This party is for Americans. Got it?
Aziz keeps his mouth shut.
Go back to fucking Afghanistan, terrorist.
Anthony takes another drink from his bottle. Aziz is filled with anger.
I'm not from Afghanistan, stupid.
Anthony stops. So do the other people around that heard what Aziz just said.
What the fuck you say, boy?
Anthony shoves Aziz, sending him backpedaling away, but not falling down.
Huh? What you say, bitch?
Aziz's anger is growing.
Leave me alone.
Fuck you, terrorist.
Get out of my way.
Aziz tries to get around him.
Sand nigger.
Anthony pushes Aziz again. Aziz's anger snaps.
You are the nigger.
Before Anthony can jump on top of Aziz and pound his face in, Max jumps in between them, pushing Aziz away.
What the fuck did you just say, bitch?
Other kids step in and hold Anthony back as Max pushes Aziz further away.
Oh, you're fucking dead, motherfucker.
Max looks at Aziz.
Look, you better hightail it out of here.
Aziz, emotionally angry, responds as a tear comes down his face.
Did you hear what he called me?
I get it, but you don't drink, and that future All-American has polished off almost an entire bottle of Jack on his own. Just let it go, man.
Aziz stares at Anthony, who is still yelling at him as others try to calm him down. Aziz looks at Max and finally accepts. He turns around and walks out of the house party. Exterior party house night. Aziz walks out of the house angry. He marches back toward his car and gets in. Interior, Aziz's car. Aziz hits the dash in anger and frustration. He takes a moment to catch his breath and then looks over his shoulder and into the camera lens.
I want to sincerely apologize for saying that, but the last time I heard that word, it was being yelled at in the same manner to my father, moments before they began beating him with their fists.
Aziz is shaking. He has to take a few moments to calm himself down. He takes in some deep breaths. Behind him, through the windshield, you see the beast of a man, Anthony, run out into the street, his head on a swivel, looking for his target. Aziz has calmed himself now and continues to address the camera.
It is the reason we left Phoenix. My father was too afraid to fight.
Anthony suddenly locks on Aziz in his car and storms toward him.
I just hope I get a chance to tell 839 I'm sorry.
Suddenly, Aziz's door opens and he is yanked from the car. Exterior, Aziz's car. Aziz is thrown to the ground. He quickly realizes who it is and quickly looks into the camera.
I do not think he would listen to me now if I tried to apologize.
Anthony's fist smacks Aziz in the face. Cut to black. The sound of a bed squeaking fills the black screen, followed by noises of pleasure. Bethany?
Oh, Ryan.
Sorry. Oh, Ryan.
Interior party house, upstairs bedroom. There's just enough light coming from outside the window to see the face of Ryan naked on top of Bethany, thrusting away like a rabbit. Wow. Ryan looks into the camera as he pounds away. Oh my God.
You know, I'm not sure what anybody else has been telling you, but for me, the goal of a party is to get laid.
He looks at Bethany, enjoying the moment.
Now, Bethany here is no fitness model, but a hole is a hole, just as long as there's some titties to play with.
Holy shit. Ryan grabs one of Bethany's breasts and massages it.
Oh, yeah, baby. You like that?
Oh, yeah.
Ryan keeps thrusting away. He addresses the audience again.
This is taking too long. Bethany wouldn't let me do her without a condom, and I hate wearing condoms. Oh, wait a second. Oh, thank God. Here we go. Oh.
Ryan climaxes and rolls off Bethany. He takes off the condom and puts it in an almost empty solo cup on the bedside table. Bethany cuddles up to Ryan and rubs and kisses his chest as Ryan catches his breath.
Hey, you want a beer?
Ryan thinks.
Sure. Yeah. Sounds great.
Bethany gives Ryan a kiss on the lips and then gets up and gets dressed. As she does, Ryan rolls over and looks into the camera again.
Okay. Don't be judgmental. I mean, I'm nice to girls. I mean, I don't treat them badly. I may not stick around, but I still say hi to them in the hallways.
Bethany finishes getting dressed and then gives Ryan one more kiss before leaving.
BRB.
Bethany winks. Ryan gives a smile and a wave.
Did you see that? That kiss she gave me before she left? I mean, means she likes me. Instant turn off.
Ryan lays in bed, staring at the ceiling and listening to the sounds of the party in the background.
What would be great right now is a smoke.
Suddenly, the door bursts open and someone comes in.
What the fuck?
Ryan turns on the bedside lamp and sees a drunk Morgan closing the door behind her.
There you are.
Morgan takes her shirt off and waddles toward Ryan. She crawls on top of the bed and reaches for him. He jumps up and holds two pillows over his junk.
Yo, what the hell are you doing in here?
Morgan rolls on her back in her bra, submissive.
Don't you want to touch me?
Ryan looks at Morgan laying on the bed.
No way, Morgan. I won't do that to Josh.
Morgan sits up, tossing her hair.
Josh, he never wanted this.
Morgan coyly runs her finger over her breast.
You saying you don't want this either?
Morgan's face becomes red. Ryan tries to console.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I just...
Just then, a knock at the door. Josh freezes. Ryan freezes in fear.
Who is it?
Me. Look, you need a ride or anything?
Ryan looks around in panic.
Is Bethany still in there?
Ryan looks at Morgan, who is trying to pull the pillow away from Ryan's privates.
No.
Cool. I'm coming in.
No, wait.
The door opens and Josh walks in. He sees the situation and his eyes grow wide. Ryan stands up, still covering himself, and puts his other hand up.
Josh, it's not what it looks like, okay?
Josh moves on Ryan and decks him in the face. Ryan goes down to the ground, and Josh turns to Morgan, covering her up with a blanket.
What happened? Are you hurt? Did he hurt you?
Morgan is visibly upset.
What?
Morgan slaps Josh.
You never wanted to touch me. Now you're touching me? Go away.
Ryan gets up, rubbing his chin, and still manages to keep one pillow over his crotch.
Dude, Josh, it's not what you think, I swear.
Ryan stands up and takes a step back and looks at the situation.
You know what? You two can have each other. I hope you both are happy.
Josh walks out of the room.
Josh, come on, man.
Ryan looks around the room for his clothes.
Bye.
Morgan turns her attention back to Ryan and reaches out to him.
He's gone. Come on, let's do it.
Morgan grabs hold of Ryan's pants in his hand and he rips them away from her.
No.
Ryan puts his pants on. Just as he is zipping up, Bethany walks into the room holding two full beers. She sees Ryan and Morgan and looks at Ryan in shock. Ryan freezes again.
Bethany
hurls each cup of beer at Ryan, soaking him and the floor around him. She turns and storms out of the room.
Fuck.
Morgan keeps pushing Ryan to have sex with her, even with some of the beer having hit her face and hair.
Come on,
sexy.
Ryan has had enough. He grabs Morgan by both hands and looks her square in the eyes.
I will never have sex with you, Morgan. Let it sink into your head.
Ryan lets go, and the information hits Morgan like a tidal wave. Tears form,
Why not?
and the floodgates open. Morgan throws herself back on the bed and weeps. Ryan grabs his shirt and throws it on before running out of the bedroom. Exterior party house street. Ryan comes running out of the house and far enough up the street to see the taillights from Josh's truck disappear around the bend. Ryan stops and puts his hands on his head, thinking.
Fuck.
He checks his pockets for his cell phone and realizes it's not on him. He looks back at the house toward the upstairs bedroom. Ryan runs back into the house. Exterior party house front door. Ryan runs inside and smacks into Beckett, who is running out of the house just as he is running in.
Whoa. Sorry.
Beckett says nothing and just moves her way past him and away from the house. Ryan heads inside the house and upstairs. Interior party house, upstairs bedroom. Ryan enters the bedroom and sure enough, Morgan is passed out on the bed, still wearing her bra and her jeans are unbuttoned.
What a relief.
Ryan looks around the bed for his cell phone. Finally, he finds it on the floor near Morgan's head. As he grabs it, Morgan stirs and makes some inaudible noises. Ryan is walking out of the room when he hears Morgan vomiting behind him. Ryan turns around and sees Morgan throw up all over herself and most of the bed, some on the floor too. Ryan sighs. He walks into the bathroom attached to the bedroom and grabs a towel. He walks over to Morgan and tries lifting her up, pausing to look into the camera.
Look, I told you, I'm not a bad guy.
Just then, Ashley walks into the room holding Morgan's black bag.
What are you doing?
Ryan stops. Ashley is then able to see the throw up everywhere.
I'm just trying to help her get into the bathroom, I swear.
Why is her shirt off?
She came in here like that. Josh saw us and is freaking out right now.
Ashley looks at Ryan.
I'm just trying to do the right thing.
I believe you. Just let me help.
Ashley walks over, and the two of them are able to carry Morgan into the bathroom and prop her up near the toilet bowl.
Thank you.
No problem.
Ashley cleans Morgan's face and hair. She looks back into the bedroom.
Could you grab me that black bag, please?
Ryan moves to grab the bag.
Actually, just grab me the shorts and the shirt in there.
Ryan looks at the bag.
Scary place. A girl's bag. Who knows what they keep in there?
Ryan fishes through and grabs the shorts and shirt. He walks over and hands them to Ashley, who is taking off Morgan's jeans.
Thank you.
Ryan stands watching Ashley. She looks up and sees Ryan and gently pushes the bathroom door closed. Ryan steps out of the bathroom. The two talk between the open gap in the door.
Sorry if you thought I was assuming anything when I walked in. You do have a bit of a reputation.
Look, it's fine. I get it. 10 minutes earlier and you would have been right. Except not with Morgan, with that girl, Bethany.
You don't always have to have sex with girls for them to like you.
Maybe that's just it. Maybe I don't want them to like me.
Ashley responds from behind the bathroom door.
Give yourself whatever reason you want, but it all starts with loving yourself first.
Ryan thinks about what she just said. Then she opens the bathroom door.
Done.
Ryan looks in and sees Morgan change out of her clothes and into the new ones.
Will you help me carry her to my car?
Of course.
Ryan eagerly helps. Interior party house. Ryan is helping Ashley carry Morgan down the steps. Ryan looks up from Morgan and Ashley and looks around the house.
The music stopped.
Ryan looks at Ashley, who is also looking around the house.
That's never a good thing.
Ryan and Ashley both look outside and see red and blue lights flashing. Cut to interior party house guest bathroom. Anthony bursts into the bathroom, turns on the light, and shuts the door. His hands are shaking and bloody. Anthony turns on the water in the sink and vigorously washes his hands. His knuckles sting from the cuts made by hitting his teeth. The voiceover Anthony hears is his brother Mike's voice, not his own. It is also deeper and envelops the entire space around him.
It feels good to get it all out, don't it?
Then he looks at himself in the mirror and responds out loud.
It's not right.
Why you think I joined the Rangers, Antho? Only so much Coach will let you get away with on the field. It's totally different. Game on the battlefield.
Anthony shakes his head and clenches his eyes.
Please, leave me alone.
You're the one that keeps letting me in, Antho. Let me ask you something. You pictured Dad's face when you were hitting that kid just now? Huh? Because I pictured that someone bitch's face, heavy hot jib, I blew away.
Anthony holds back tears.
Why'd you have to die, bro?
Just then, a shadow figure of Mike appears in the mirror behind Anthony.
I ain't dead, man. I'm living inside your head. I like it in here. It's nice and loud.
Anthony clenches his eyes tight and smacks himself in the head.
Stupid fuck, stupid dumb fucking ape.
Anthony huddles over the sink. He turns off the water and wraps his right hand in the towel, not caring at all that it will get stained and ruined by the blood.
Gotta fess up.
Ooh, I'm loving that. They gonna lock a nigga up like you for a few years, Antho. You ain't graduating. Forget playing ball.
Anthony shakes the thought, then looks back in the mirror.
It doesn't matter. I might have killed that kid.
Mm-mm. You ain't thinking about mama. What's she gonna do? She already had to bury one son. Now she's got to visit another one behind bars. Nah, man. You'd be better off killing yourself.
Anthony debates with himself in the mirror again.
He goes to our school.
Man, he ain't coming back after what you did to him. He's weak, just like his daddy. They a bunch of pussies. Man, not like you and me.
Anthony takes out his cell phone, and the shadow figure of Mike yells with rage. A flurry of black butterflies fills the room. Anthony shakes his head.
It ain't right.
Suddenly, they disappear, and the shadow figure, Mike, does as well. Anthony dials 911 on his cell phone and puts it up to his ear. He looks up at the mirror.
Yeah. I'm at a party, and I beat up a kid real bad. Just now. My name's Anthony White.
Anthony looks around the bathroom and finally on the trash next to the toilet, he looks and sees a crumpled flyer for the party in it next to a condom wrapper and some cigarette ash. Insert flyer, a 5-minute Photoshop job of a house with flames burning behind it. The street address is on the bottom. Anthony gives the operator the address to the house.
I'll be waiting outside.
Anthony hangs up the phone.
You won't be able to bounce back from this one, Ethel. You got too many shadows.
Anthony nods, acknowledging himself in the mirror once again.
You're right. I won't bounce back. And maybe I won't have to.
Anthony opens the drawers of the bathroom and finds a curling brush.
Time to carry this bitch into the end zone. Fuck it.
Anthony takes the hairbrush and tucks it in the back of his pants.
You ain't got the guts!
Oh, yeah? Well, let's just see what happens when a bunch of scared, small-town, white-ass cops try to stop this 6'4", 240-pound black beast of an athlete.
That's right.
And they come roll up on me.
Yeah.
Let's see what I got for them.
Mm-hmm. This time's never gonna be the same.
Gotta be remembered for something. I thought it was gonna be for scoring touchdowns. Guess this is just as good.
You better get downstairs. Can't wait for the show.
Anthony kisses his fingers and presses them against his reflection on the mirror.
See you soon, Mike. I love you.
See you later.
Anthony walks out of the bathroom. Just as he shuts off the light, we see the shadow figure standing behind him in the mirror. Cut to interior Josh's truck, driving. Josh is speeding down a quiet road. Street lamps every 250 feet are the only light around. The music is loud, a youthful song with an upbeat tempo. It's just what Josh's spirit needs right now. His face reeks with pitiful sorrow. He looks unstable.
Dear Jesus, thank you for completely and totally fucking up my life. I'm an idiot for believing in you. Go fuck yourself!
Josh cranks the music louder, his knuckles grip tightly around the steering wheel.
Please, God, dude, give me my litany of sins. According to you, it's not enough, right? I don't drink. I don't smoke. I won't have sex with my girlfriend, even though she's completely okay with it. I go to church. I volunteer. I go to the youth group, despite my friends ragging on me for it. I'm an Eagle Scout. I love my parents and I'll obey what they say.
Tears well in Josh's eyes as he stares blankly at the speeding road ahead of him.
Thanks for nothing. Fuck! Ryan, you bastard, I should fucking end you. Biggest part of the year, this is what happens.
He shakes his head.
It doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
Josh jerks the wheel back and forth dangerously.
I did nothing wrong.
Suddenly the tires slip and Josh's truck slides. True panic fills on Josh's face. Exterior tunnel road. Night, Josh's truck skids off the pavement and spins around in a circle off the road. Interior, Josh's truck stopped. Josh's head jerks forward as he bounces to a stop. Josh looks around and checks himself. He breathes a sigh of relief when he realizes he's okay. Suddenly, blue and red lights shine around him. Josh looks up and sees the lights of a cop car parked behind him. He hangs his head and hits his steering wheel.
So fucked.
Exterior, tunnel road. The cop, James, turns on his spotlight and shines it on Josh's truck. He gets out and walks toward Josh, who is already rolling down his window.
You all right, kid?
Josh,
kid?
Yeah.
You all right, kid?
Yeah.
The cop arrives at his window and looks around the interior.
What are you doing out here at this time?
Just driving around, officer.
You had anything to drink tonight?
No, nothing.
Sorry, hold on. Let's just stop real quick. Kenny's here to read those lines.
Yeah.
Okay,
Kenny. Oh, Kenny's going to read the cop lines?
Yeah.
James, okay.
Just James. You read the rest of the cops.
Copy.
Could we just back it up to the Kenny?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
Yep. You all right, kid?
Yeah.
Cop arrives at his window and looks around the interior.
What are you doing out here this time?
Just driving, officer.
Had anything to drink tonight?
No, nothing.
If I gave you a breathalyzer right now, everything would come back clean?
I swear, I don't drink, ever.
Can I take a look at your license and registration?
Sure thing.
Josh puts his hands up.
I'm going to reach right now. I mean, it's in the glove compartment.
Cop laughs.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Josh reaches inside the glove compartment and hands the cop his registration, license, and insurance.
Here you go. There's my license, too.
James takes his stuff and looks it over.
Honestly, I just found out one of my best friends is hooking up with my girlfriend, ex-girlfriend. She broke up with me a week ago.
Sorry, kid.
James looks at Josh's license.
Were you at that party tonight, the one up on Hillside?
Josh looks surprised.
How'd you know about that party?
You go to City High?
Yeah.
My sister's Ashley Kohler. She told me about it.
My ex is Ashley's best friend.
Morgan's your ex?
Josh hangs his head a bit and nods. James thinks for a moment.
You sure you haven't had anything to drink tonight?
I swear.
Josh pulls out his cross necklace he is wearing under his shirt and shows it to the cop.
I don't drink ever. I believe in God.
The cop is distracted by calling his radio. He hands Josh back his things and responds on the radio.
This is 1L19. I'm en route now. Speaking of that party, something's happened there, and I'm going to let you go with a warning.
Josh takes his things back.
So, I mean, you believe me? I haven't been drinking?
Yeah, Ashley's mentioned your name a couple times when she's talked about Morgan, and you sound like a good person. Have a good night.
Cop turns and briskly walks back to his squad car. Josh watches in his side view mirror as the cop turns around and speeds away, his siren wailing. Josh takes a deep breath and sits in his car for a moment. Finally, he looks up toward the sky.
God? Sorry about what I said earlier. Thank you.
Dissolve 2. Dissolve 2, party house, out front night, slow motion sequence, a low rhythm, dark and moody song plays. Anthony walks outside of the house. Police cars are outside. Red and blue lights are everywhere. Anthony has a smug look on his face. Cops get out of their cars. Anthony walks toward them. One female officer in front draws her gun. The other cops draw their guns. The officers shout orders. Anthony smiles and continues to approach. Other kids' faces read terror as they do the math of the serious potential of this situation. Anthony yells out to the cops, "Fuck them," and to come and get him. The cops approach, guns drawn. Everyone is scared. It's a tense moment. A new cop car pulls up. The cop gets out, and we see it's James. He runs to the front of the situation. The female officer is shouting back and forth with Anthony to get down on the ground. Anthony picks up a red Solo cup on the ground and throws it at her. The female officer shouts back that she's warning him. Anthony reaches behind his back and grabs the hairbrush. He pulls it out just as Ashley's brother runs past the female officer and tackles Anthony. The other cops rush in. Time resumes at normal speed. Anthony struggles with James, now on top of him.
Get the fuck off me, man. Fuck you.
Hey, hey,
James forces Anthony to look at him. Once Anthony does, he stops struggling.
hey, I get it, okay? I know why you're doing this.
The other cops run up and grab hold of Anthony. Anthony fights back again, but James is able to settle the others and looks at Anthony.
You remember me?
Yeah. Jay something.
It's James.
Yeah, I remember you. You played with Mike.
James holds Anthony by the shoulders and shakes his head.
I miss him too, man. But he wouldn't have wanted this. I promise you that. Not in a million years would he have wanted you to do this.
Anthony can't hold it anymore and starts crying. The other officers have set Anthony up and handcuffed him behind his back.
It's okay, brother.
James hugs Anthony while he weeps on his shoulder. Dissolve 2, exterior party house out front. Max is standing on the lawn with several other kids. He sees the cops putting Anthony into the back of a police car. Up the street, he can see the ambulance tending to Aziz and placing him on a gurney. Max looks like he's deep in thought.
Excuse me, kid.
An officer makes his way around Max, who steps out of the way.
What happened?
Max turns around and sees Beckett standing next to him. His eyes widen as he tries to maintain his composure. Beckett looks at Max, still waiting for a response. She looks around for someone else to ask. Max snaps out of his trance.
Beckett!
Beckett turns around.
How do you know my name? Do we know each other?
Yes, well, sort of. We had a class together one year. Your freshman, my sophomore.
Max waits to see if she remembers.
I signed your yearbook once.
Beckett perks up.
Let me guess. Did I have a great summer?
Max blushes.
Yeah, something like that.
Beckett looks around.
Yeah. Do you know what happened?
Yeah, that kid from Sandwich Place is whatever. Got the shit beat out of him by A-Train.
Has he?
Beckett runs over to Aziz on the gurney, still waiting to be lifted into the ambulance. Max watches her run away.
I hope I didn't just blow that.
Max hurries to follow Beckett. Exterior party house up the street. Beckett runs up to Aziz before the paramedics load him into the ambulance.
Azzy, what happened?
Beckett holds Aziz's hand with both of hers. Max runs up and sees Beckett holding Aziz's hand. Aziz speaks through swollen lips.
Beckett, there you are. I will be fine. It is my fault, Beckett. I forced him into it. Don't be mad at him.
Beckett can't believe it. The paramedics move Aziz into the ambulance. Beckett lets go of his hand.
Look, it'll be okay, Azzy, okay? You're gonna be okay.
Aziz smiles.
Hurts more in real life than it does seeing it in a comic book.
Beckett laughs as she wipes a tear away.
That's quite all right.
The paramedics finish loading him in and close the doors. A few seconds later, the ambulance moves. Beckett and Max stand and watch it drive away. Ryan walks past them with his phone to his ear.
It was a total mix-up, dude. Nothing happened. I swear. Look, please, just call me.
Beckett looks and sees Ashley helping Morgan into Ashley's car. She looks up and sees Beckett. The two smile at each other. Ashley sets Morgan down on the curb. Morgan's having a hard time keeping her eyes open. Ashley walks over to Beckett.
I thought you'd already left. Did you hear what happened?
Yeah, it's terrible.
I feel so bad for both of them. Just a shitty situation for everybody.
Max chimes in.
Could have been worse. Cops could have shot him.
Ashley and Beckett both look at Max. Despite his size, he feels like a snail right now. Ashley looks back at Beckett.
How's your mom doing? We hardly got the chance to talk earlier, and I never got to ask you how she is.
Beckett's lip trembles. Out of fear and need for support, she grabs Max's hand and holds it. Max's eyes grow wide, and he looks directly into the camera. Max and the camera then both turn toward Ashley and push in on her head, disappearing into the blackness inside her skull. Cut to exterior party house up the street. It is close up on Beckett and Max's hands holding. The camera pulls back and reveals we are now looking at the world through Ashley's POV. Ashley and the lens look up toward Beckett, who stares directly into the lens of the camera and into Ashley's eyes. She takes a breath.
Yeah, my mom actually died in February. She killed herself in the bathroom.
Silence.
Oh my God, Beck.
She had been in and out of the hospital for the last few years, and I didn't want to bother you with it.
I'm so sorry, Beck.
Ashley lets loose and cries. She gives Beckett a loving embrace. They both hold each other tightly. Behind Beckett's back, we can see Brent running out into the street ahead of them, holding 2 skateboards up in the air.
Yo, Max, we heading out or what?
Yeah, sure.
Max waves with his one free arm, the other one still clinging grasp with Beckett's hand. Beckett and Ashley separate, and Max looks to Beckett. She smiles at him, and Ashley watches.
Let me see your phone.
Max takes it out and hands it to her. Beckett puts her number in it and hands it back to him.
Thanks for knowing who I was. Give me a call sometime.
Max smiles widely as he looks at her name and number in his phone. He looks up at Beckett.
I will. Okay.
Max turns and runs toward Brent with an elated smile on his face. Beckett smiles as she turns back to Ashley.
I'm sorry, Ash. I know I've been a terrible friend.
Beckett, no, I'm the one who's sorry. I just can't believe you wouldn't tell me about something like this. You know my parents and I would do anything to help you.
I know. My mom was just too proud to let anyone know. She kept touring as long as she could and made me promise not to tell anyone. So
Ashley holds back more tears.
Beck, I'm so sorry.
Just then, the female cop from earlier walks up to Morgan behind them, who is now laying down in the cement, passed out. Someone Ashley walks over and raises her hand.
I've got her, officer. I'm going to take her home.
You been drinking tonight?
No, ma'am.
I find that a little hard to believe with everything that's gone down here tonight.
Officer, I swear, my brother...
It's fine. She's my sister.
The female cop looks at Ashley and then James and walks away. James walks up to Ashley.
You okay?
Yeah.
James looks and recognizes Beckett. He waves to her.
Hello?
Beckett waves back.
Hi.
James looks back at Ashley.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that you guys were getting home safe.
Thanks, big bro.
Brother smiles as he walks away. Ashley turns back to Beckett.
I can give you a ride, too. I'm dropping Morgan off anyways.
No, thanks. I'd rather walk anyway.
Ashley smiles at Beckett and hugs her again.
I've missed you.
Me too.
I'm going to call you tomorrow, and then we can hang out, talk some more.
I'd like that.
Ashley and Beckett separate.
I guess I'll be seeing you.
Be seeing you.
Beckett smiles as she turns around and walks toward home in the late hours of the night. Ashley watches her walk away, dissolve to exterior sidewalks. Night. We have resumed cinematic point of view. Beckett walks the sidewalk alone. The entire town is empty and quiet. It is the hour before sunrise.
The things we do to avoid displeasure from others. High school's so filled with such turmoils. Everyone tries their best, and it can be a beautiful thing sometimes.
Exterior church. Night. Beckett is back at the church. She looks up at the cross on the steeple. Suddenly, a blue butterfly comes down from the sky and flutters at Beckett. Beckett watches the butterfly flap its wings in front of her.
Life is a high school, and we're all just trying our best. It's filled with ugly moments, but if we have the courage to look, we can see the beautiful ones outshine the others.
Beckett turns in a circle as the butterfly dances around her. Beckett's face is happy. After a moment, the butterfly flies up into the night sky. Beckett smiles as she watches it go.
I love you, Mom. Thank you for guiding my way.
The butterfly disappears into the night sky, fade to black. Woo! All right then.
Awesome, guys.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff to it.
That was great. Any questions or concerns?
Any notes?
No notes right now, but I will have notes for you guys, come tonight or tomorrow in an email, and then for rehearsals for sure. But I would like to hear from you guys if you guys have anything.
I think for me, the janitor, Carlos, how close do you want me to stick to that dialogue exactly in Spanish?
Why is it not really jiving?
It's a little awkward, but I'm also thinking you're not going to have a whole lot of Hispanic audience, so I can say exactly those words, or I can make them fit a little bit better.
It was written by a weirdo, so change it to wherever you want.
Okay.
Yeah, good question. And so, yeah, that's a great question, actually. So can a lot of these actors kind of ad-lib? Can they kind of make the dialogue their own?
Just so you know, don't get too attached to anything. I was kind of jotting notes, but through all the rehearsals, I'm going to be making more notes and stuff. And then the 3 days before we film, so the 8th, 9th, and 10th, Kevin's taking that time to plan, do his director thing. I'm going to do another draft of the script, really push more the kind of overall theme that we're going to, and I think Tom kind of knows this, but from the very get, I had this idea that all of these characters' voices, if you read the book, it's broken out, just 11 chapters, each character, and I kind of followed the same structure. And I always thought that all these voices were all inside one head, inside Beckett's head. So it's there. And Kevin's gonna hit it with the visuals. Like, we're getting really kind of creative with it. But basically, the sum is Beckett. This whole film is kind of inside Beckett's head, and she kind of makes it all up, kind of Inception, whatever, like that. It's all in her dream. So that's why when Carlos, she's like, I hate to be alone, and then in comes Carlos swiping in. There's a person there, and then she keeps talking to her. We're gonna add in there. How she always, Christmas time always made her feel really well. So then all of a sudden you see Christmas lights in the houses in the background and stuff like that. So she's kind of building this world. And what she's doing is she's bringing all these voices inside of her head to this party. She's bringing them all together. So she's creating this house, this party for them all to come be in this house to figure out a problem that she has in her head. The overall problem is whether or not she should kill herself. She decides not to, that's she decides in the end, but it's there. So I mean, even as I was going through like parts of it, I'm like veer off, like I'm right back into high school, into the book, and then other parts I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like inside her head, so it's there. But yeah, expect a third draft next week during that kind of break time, and I'm very open to like I'm not hard. The beats I'm very strict about, the actual lines or whatever, like like even I was jotting some notes, people were saying different things, and I was like, ooh, that's way better. Yeah.
So just be aware of where we want to end up at each scene, right?
Okay.
So that's it.
Perfect. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I have no say in this. Just for everyone's reference, I have no say in this whatsoever. That is not my thing. But I would agree with that sentiment because I'm a theater kid from way back, about 22 years of it, and I always encouraged improv and build a character and go from there. So I'm glad to hear that that's a possibility. So I would say have fun with it.
Cool.
I do have another question.
Yeah.
At the moment, I am 5'11". I do not plan on being 6'4" by the time of filming, nor do I plan on being 240. I currently am 153. I can put on muscle mass.
Where's your commitment?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yo, put me in some stilts, call me Prince, I'll do it. But I can put on some more muscle mass. I've been
camera angles and I'll change up the dialogue what's written. You know what I mean? I mean that's
protein shakes, man.
Yeah. Don't worry.
I'll get into it. Thanks for making me look pretty on camera.
Hey, if Tom Cruise can do it, man, come on. Like,
bro, for real. Thank you.
Hey, so Carter, yeah, if you think of another phrase to add instead of like 6'4",
I kind of thought of just dropping the height and weight.
Right. Yeah.
I think Black Beast of an Athlete is already there.
An athlete, like I got you. Yeah. There you go. See, problem solved.
Oh, 1 second. Hey guys, I had a question about rehearsal. I think it's clear it's in-person rehearsal, correct?
Yeah, it's really tough to rehearse through Zoom. It's almost like a waste of time, kind of. So if you guys could meet in person, that would be ideal. If not, then join through Zoom. Both options will be available. The Thursday and Friday auditions are at a park outside. We could easily make the Saturday, Sunday rehearsals outside as well. So as of right now, Saturday, Sundays in Redondo at the first location. So that'll be a good place to kind of rehearse with the boys in the space. But it's your choice. It's voluntary. It's on you guys. Just let us know, and then we'll set up the Zoom link for you guys.
But you guys are going to be at the park on those days, Thursday and Friday?
Yeah.
Got it.
I know a few of the other actors and I were talking about it before we started the read, but we were all talking about just getting tested prior to the shoot. So if everybody wants to, I know it's not made mandatory by production, but I think it might just ease our conscience.
I think that's a great idea. I don't want to go home to my family and like give them COVID. So if everyone agrees with that, I think that's the most responsible thing to do during this certain climate.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the plan, right?
Yeah. And then we'll be doing temperature checks on everybody when they show up on set. And
so when should what if we all get tested on the Monday or Tuesday before our shoot on Friday? So that gives us 2 days to get the results. Monday or Tuesday, get tested, get the results Wednesday or Thursday. And that way we all kind of know within days that we're all negative.
That sounds great. Also, Core in LA, it's completely free and they give you your results within 12 hours. I can send everyone the link. Yeah, it's awesome. They're really, really great. There's no cost to anyone. I just say I don't have insurance, even though I do, because I don't want to risk getting billed. It's for the art.
The game.
So
Core, okay, if you could send that out, that'd be great.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yeah, where is it? I haven't heard of it.
I'm in Louisiana right now, so I have to get tested before I fly anyway, so I'll just get tested like tomorrow.
And so, Michelle, that's coreresponse.com, and we could find it there.
No, I'll just email it to everyone, the specific information. Well, I'll send it to you, Kyle, and then you can send it to the whole group.
Okay, cool. So I was going to say Dodger Stadium. You don't have to get out of the car to make an appointment, but Core sounds a little bit more promising because of the 12-hour turnaround. So.
And Dodger Stadium is a nightmare.
Oh. Yeah, Dodger Stadium takes a lot longer. Edendale is like a 5-minute walk from Dodger Stadium, and there's no car situation. So you just park your car, and it's like a quarter of the time.
Yeah, I'm going to just go while I'm here. Small town, easy.
Cool.
Well, just my little tidbit is I'll be the COVID compliance officer. So whoever shows up, immediately come to me first, and then we'll carry on from there.
Right on.
So yes, we will be doing everything to protect everybody.
Wicked.
All right. Any last remarks before we sign off?
Hi.
Hey,
Hi, everybody. I'm Rachel.
Rachel.
I just joined halfway, and I'm your hair and makeup person.
Oh.
I'll have an assistant for a few days, and you'll meet her when we get to that. But I just wanted to say hello.
Hello.
Hi. You all look beautiful. I can't wait to make you look like your characters. I'm so excited. If anyone has any concerns or questions about makeup or hair or anything like that, get my email either from Kevin and Ryan, or somehow we can exchange emails. And I want to know any and all questions you guys have, especially with it being COVID times. I just want to assure you all, everything is clean. Everything is, I'm separating everyone's bags and things. So like if I use 3 brushes, those 3 brushes will be yours the entire shoot. I'll have hand sanitizer with me. I can wear a shield if you guys would like. I don't care. I'll wear a mask the whole time. I will get tested. Trying to think. Everything will be sanitary.
Can you make Carter some sport?
I'm not a magician. I'm an illusionist, but not that kind of illusionist. I'm gonna leave that to camera department. I can maybe get you an Apple box, but that's about as much like 6'4"-ness as I can give you.
We don't have an Apple box in the budget. Sorry.
Ooh, then never mind. But yeah, so
I'll bring my wife.
Yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, any questions and concerns, feel free to reach out. I have no problem answering them. I'm still kind of designing you guys, so I'm really excited. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I just want to say hello.
Excellent.
All right, cool. One last thing. At rehearsals, if you do plan on coming in person, and if you join in with the Zoom, can you guys at least just have a couple options for the wardrobe? Just give us a couple options, you know, pants, shirt, jacket, some accessories, necklace. Joshua, do you have pierced ears?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Would you be willing to pierce them?
Getting pierced?
They have
Some clip-ons.
They have magnets. They have magnets.
We'll find you something else. Don't poke holes in your head for this.
All right.
Yeah, so just bring a set of different options for wardrobe. And that's it, guys. So thanks everybody for coming.
Dope.
Thank you guys very much.
Thank you guys, you're awesome. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye,
Tom.
guys.
Safe.
Thanks.
Hey.
See you later.